For gemstone refers to the hue, tone, and more importantly, the even saturation of colour within the gemstone. This can make the difference between a poor stone and a highly exquisite gem, being highly sought after by collectors worldwide. Secondly, we look for clarity. Almost all gemstones can contain some type of inclusions formed during crystallization. Some gemstones, for example emerald, are acceptable with inclusions, whilst others are graded on how clean they are. Then we look for carat. Gemstones are always measured in carat weight when cut and commonly in grams as rough. Additionally, there are 100 points in every carat, so every point counts. And last but definitely not least, we come to cut. The cut is the most misunderstood and underestimated of the 4 C's. The cut should never be confused with the shape of the gemstone. This is the 3-dimensional form, whilst the cut is the direct manipulation of the gemstone's facets by the lapidrist. Many factors are involved here, including the vision, experience and expertise of the lapidrist. If accomplished perfectly, a truly exquisite gemstone can be crafted into a work of art.
Just in case you weren't sure if it was the design inspiration, we thought you'd show you 4 times. I'm Defoy. It's great to see you. I hope you're well. I hope you're ready for a jam-packed show today. I have so many treats, and one of the main treats is Coral, our floor manager. Can you believe she bought everyone Easter eggs today? Coral is an absolute legend normally, so I don't know how we're going to elevate you to you're already manager of the floor, you're already manager of the floor extraordinaire, so if you want to help us come up with a new title for Coral, I think you should drop us a wee text. What do you think? 60777 JewelleryMaker, JM Studio at the start of the text message. You can message us there. Normal charges will apply. What do you think Coral's new title should be? It is currently Floor Manager Extraordinaire. So I think she needs to be upgraded. I don't know how to do it, but I think with your help we can manage this throughout the show. We've got 4 hours to sort it out. I think we can. Or you can text us messages for free on JewelleryMaker.com, whether it be on the app, whether it be on a smart television, whether it be on one of the little tablet things. However you wish to get in contact with us, that would be fabulous. You've just had a brilliant show with a gorgeous Carol and the equally stunning Angela, and now I'm bringing you a Wonder Woman. Oh, it is. It's a lot of binding. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, thank you.
You're looking forward to today, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
You've been looking forward to today for about at least a week?
Yeah, I've got something so awesome I've not seen it before.
Oh my gosh. Exciting times. Laura's been working with not one or two, but how many cabochons? About 20 cabochons
I'm
today?
dreaming about cabochons, I think. There's just so many of them. Yeah, there's quite a few.
We've got solar quartz, aventurine cabochons,
Yeah.
and aluminium wire. How fast did that sell out on Sunday?
Yeah, it just went, and it is really lovely to use. So hopefully, you know, take this opportunity, really, isn't it?
We've got a little bit of a bigger quantity than we did have on Sunday in both colours. We've got silver aluminium wire and gold aluminium wire. But I have a nugget bundle coming up for you. Oh, but let's get started. Nugget bundle yesterday sold out, just to let you know. We've got looping pliers back in stock. Oh, I found a little chick. Oh, hello. Where's the chick from? No. Hello. Do they do tweet tweet? Tom thinks they go tweet tweet. I don't know if they go tweet tweet. Anyway, beep beep. They don't go beep beep. They definitely probably more than likely go tweet tweet than beep beep. Beep beep. Right, citrine time. Brand new strand of citrine for me. Oh, wait till you see the way this glows. I feel like giving away some citrine. What do you think? Do you fancy it? Oh, nuggets galore. How gorgeous are these? These are delicious. Oh yeah. 9 by 6 millimeter, and they go all the way up to 16 by 10 mil. These are pretty special. They really are. I've got for you 200 carats in total. You have yourself gorgeous colour, really, really glowing, really, really strong. Not too pastely, but pastely enough. And then you've also got that richness of the darker goldens coming through. Oh yes. It's quite a long strand if we have a wee look at it. It goes all the way up to your 38 centimetres. And that's giving you 200 carats at 38 centimetres. The quality of colour is what I really look for in a citrine. You can get citrine in lots of different places in the world, but for me it's about getting good quality and top quality if I can. Top quality in the nuggets or in whatever it is I'm offering. What you have here is really just that. I mean, I don't think you need me to say that, do you? I think you can work that out yourself. We've got lots and lots of treats coming up today, but one in particular I would like to show it with, purely because I think it would be scrumptious. So I'm just going to slide in. Whoop! Oh, it wasn't until I dropped it. Ow! Yeah, bust my pinky. Right, it's all right, it's okay. Didn't need a pinky anyway. Have a look. Pinky's for stable in your hand, isn't it? You need your pinky. Kim doesn't think she ever uses her pinky. What do you think about this with the shell pearl?
Just elegant, isn't it?
Elegant.
Really elegant, and makes me think of sort of high-powered, you know, like that. With a suit or something like that. It would look really cool. But then you could have
Shell Obama.
Yeah, and then you could have it really sort of delicate as well. So it's really, really versatile. Beautiful.
I think we fancy this. As a combination, please forgive me, they were all put fancily, and I think I've just messed it up, but I'll try and balance it there. Sorry, floor manager Coral. So, against, oh, one of the ladies actually, a lovely lady who I've met a couple of times actually in the design courses and on the workshops today, she's on Fleur's workshop, said to me, oh, you love your leopard print, don't you? I'm thinking I hadn't worn leopard print in ages. Couldn't remember the last time I wore leopard print. But I think it looks gorgeous with gold. Tiger's eye looks lovely with your citrine as well as smoky quartz. Did you get the smoky quartz fasted drops yesterday? They were a great treat, weren't they? 3 strands for $17.95 we had. A little bit naughty. What do you think? Oh, you could do a pinky promise with your pinkies. We've had lots of people messaging in as to what your pinkies are for now. Now Kim says she doesn't use her pinky.
You do, you use it without realising you're using it though, don't you? You know, whenever you drink, you automatically, the pinky comes out, doesn't it?
Oh, does your pinky come out?
Apparently that's proper posh if you do that. Proper posh, clearly I don't do that.
I use it to balance when I'm writing. Right, anyway, now that we've got over what our pinkies are worth for, I've got Vivian, Elizabeth, Tracy, lots of you got this now. I haven't even introduced a price. Most people are thinking about $14.95 for JewelleryMaker price. Yeah, if you're new to JewelleryMaker, you'll be thinking, how can you have a citrine strand at that price? Purely because we bought so many. When you buy in bulk, you get a great saving. We've decided to take this today, brand new, to $6.95 just for you. Add to your order, start an order, sound like fun? Oh yeah! £2.95 is all you're looking for to get this delivered to you. Oh yes, I had a delivery note through my door yesterday. Apparently I've got a parcel that I need to collect, but I need to collect, pay on collection. Apparently I owe somebody £22.33.
International?
International? I haven't bought anything.
Because if it comes, sometimes you get, that's the only time I've ever known it is if it's international, and sometimes it gets checked. And then you have to pay the tax.
If they check it?
Yeah, it's like a random check. Say you order something from America.
Oh my god.
If you bought something, it could be that
my bridesmaid's dress is coming from America.
You've been taxed on it, and you won't be able to get it until you've paid the tax.
Oh my gosh. That's a joke.
Sorry.
Well, you won't get taxed on this as far as I'm aware. £2.95 in the UK and Northern Ireland. I can't believe that. Check it out, add to your order. I can't believe I've got space on that. If there's any left, I'll recap it. That's crazy. Lots and lots coming out. Wait, what was that next? Sorry, Kim? Sorry? One step looper, all right. Have a look at this. Brilliant. I love that. Both you and Tom were talking at the exact same time, and each time you both stopped to breathe, you both started to talk. No, it's fine. Now this is amazing. Have you ever used it before? It's one of the funnest tools, and that is actually pretty outstanding. Now we probably have a video to show you how it works. Have you ever used this before, Laura? Is that a silly question?
I've got the big one-step loop and pliers.
I've actually got them here.
Which just, they just create a bigger loop, and you can use thicker gauges. So yeah, I use them when I want to create like a uniform chain, and they really do save a lot of time, because you're able to just put your gemstone on, you make your loop, put a gemstone on, make the loop, and then you just do a load of those, and then just put jump rings to connect them all, and it just saves so much time, and it makes
it's a bit
uniform.
like your rosary link, isn't it?
Yeah, and it makes them uniform as well. I actually use mine sometimes for my earring findings as well, or my clasp, and then you get that nice finish.
Oh yeah, that's a thought as well, if you haven't tried that before. It's really easy peasy to do. Now you might notice there's a tiny wee gap in that, but you can just close that. Oh, there you go. You can just close it with your chain nose pliers, or straighten it up. A wee message from FIFO. If you ever get an email from FIFO, it's an external company asking for your feedback on anything that you've got from us, but you can only comment on something you've got, so you don't need to worry that somebody else might have just commented and said, oh, that's great, but they haven't actually got it. You can only comment on things you've actually got. This is a wee message to say, it's from the West Midlands, from Josephine, who said, these looping tools are the best thing since sliced bread. Oh, well, that's a good thing then, isn't it? Ayrshire Agnes, I use the pliers all the time now when I'm making loops in my jewellery. A wonderful tool. Another message from Vanessa in Warwickshire. Well, that's where I stay. Great for making eye pins. The loops are always exact. I love them. Now that sounds pretty good to me. If you want to give them a try, remember you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. 0800 644 655. You can call us on the phone lines, or you can join us on web, whichever is most convenient for you. Leslie in Merseyside, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. You've already got yours. If you haven't already got them, please do give us a wee call. On the back, if you ever forget how they work, we've also got on our website how to use it, but on the Beadsmith website as well, it shows you a wee short video of how to use it as well, if my memory serves me correctly. But it's quite simple. You slip it in, close it over, and it creates that loop, and it cuts it for you at the same time. So we're going to get a price for you, $24.95, but we're going to honour a previous reduction. I don't know why we reduced it, but we evidently did. Price point went down to $18.95. We very rarely reduce tools. I don't know why this was reduced. Maybe there was a problem with the graphics, maybe it was a sale day, I do not know. Pretty much every day is a sale day at JewelleryMaker, but just in case. At this price point, you're getting yourself a big reduction on a tool that we don't usually reduce any tools, so that in itself is exciting. But also, if you've looked at it before and you're thinking, oh, I really want that professional finish, I haven't tried it because it's been over £20. Today it is it's down to $18.95, but that will only be those of you who join us between now and, well, until the quantity that we have available sells out. So do be quick as you can. But for the one-step looper with a 1.5mm loop that it creates, you have a great handle on there as well. I've got lots and lots to bring you. Multi-bids coming through as well. Lovely to see you. I'm just going to jump into... Now, I just need to lift up the boxes and find out what is what. That's 1 o'clock. Box 20. We don't usually have up to 20. The Gizmo, oh, sorry, is that my microphone? Gizmo is back in stock, back by popular demand, and it's got all the different gauges, sizes as well. So it's a wire coiling Gizmo, which we love. It's got 1.2, 1.6, 3.2, 4.2 and 5.2 millimeter in diameter for your coils. Let me just show you quickly how it works. She says, come on. Trying to get it to go down. It's because I'm not holding it straight. You have, I'll do it that way, it's quicker. You have in the middle, if you put this lower, I'm going to get oil all over my fingers now. You would slide it into your desk or your worktop or your surface or whatever it is you're using. Slide in, clamp it, and then here. So once you clamp it in, so you would use this here, just twist it at the bottom obviously, up or down to clamp it, so you can have it as wide as this for the table that you're clamping onto or the workbench or whatever it may be. Then you have all your different gauges up at the top. So if you have a look up here, you can see your different gauges will fit in. So that goes in your middle one. You've got your larger one. Well, actually, that goes in there. Does it? Oh no, both of them fit in this top one. That one will fit in there as well. But you get more. They're just inside. And then we have here. So all the different gauges, you would slide them in, you put your wire along here. We have got a demonstration of how the Gizmo works. And you quite simply twist your wires around. It's not really going to work because I've got them all in at once. You would have them in one at a time, but that was just to show you the different sizes and gauges you've got. So you would feed your wire here. You can anchor it if you fancy. And you would hold it and then you would just gizmo all the way around, and as you come along your wire looks like that. Now obviously it doesn't have the fancy shapes and the twists, that's something you do yourself, but the actual coiling is created by using this tool. Laura, I think it's safe to say you like this tool.
Yeah, it's brilliant and it's really handy. Just like you say, to finish off your pieces. I tend to do a lot of hand coiling, but I love that one because it's got that really tiny little mandrel, which is perfect. It saves me having to do the hand coiling. It does all the work for me. And it's nice sometimes just to make a coil and just pop it on some beading thread just to create a chunky looking necklace. But you know, it's not, it's just coiled wire. You can do jump rings on it. You can do, as you said, a piece there, but you can coil a gizmo as well. So once you've done the coil, you then coil that, and that just looks so cool. And you can coil it again if you want. You get a real like chunky beady beading effect.
I remember when I was on one of the workshops, I was using the gizmo, and I coiled back on itself, like you said. I used gold wire or red wire, I think, for the first coil. Now when I coiled back over it, I used gold, and I used it as a little keyring charm. I just attached a little gemstone at the bottom. And you don't need to do a lot of coiling. It's really easy. It's not hard on your wrist or in your arm. It's not like hard work. It's so easy peasy. And it just has it in position for you, so it just makes the wire move in that particular place. Do it with any colours of your wires. You can also create jump rings with them as well. It goes up to 5.2 millimeter in diameter, the largest gauge. This is probably the best one if you want the variety, because if I turn it sideways, you can see all the different sizes there. I'm going to call them crank rods, is what they're actually called. I'm going to call them rods. But you've got yourself 5 individual ones, so they'll fit in a mixture of those holes. Those holes aren't exactly 1.2, 1.6 or 3.2 exactly. One of them will be to fit each one. For example, that one, the bottom's a 1.2, but the one at the top can fit a couple of the different gauges in there as well. So the piece you're seeing behind me was made by our Alison Tari, and the gizmo coil was used to make this little booty. So cute, isn't it? Oh, I do love it. So, what can I do for you? One of possibly the most popular tools of all time when it comes to wirework tools. Are you ready to own the gizmo? Are you steady? For $7.95 with all the different size attachments, you would think that would put the price up. With the weight of it, you would think that would put the price up as well. This is crazy. Do you use your gizmos often, Laura, or the sort of coiling that you do? Do you do that quite a lot in your designs?
Yeah, I mean, there's always projects that it suits, and it's something I have always got with me, because yeah, you can use it in your project, but also, like I said, if you just want to finish it and you're just thinking, I don't want that wire, or that looks a bit thin compared to the rest of it, I just want to do a coil, jump rings, it's just handy to have, you know. Some people do amazing gizmo flowers and really go to town with it. Everyone's got different styles. I mean, like that bracelet there behind you, I love doing things like that where you can over wrap it, you can use 2 different coloured wires and it shows through, which is really good. I would just say that really there's a tiny mandrel in there, so if you do get this,
this is the smallest one.
Yeah, no, there's one smaller than that. There is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Where's the teeny tiny one?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is all the ones we get. This
Oh.
is the 1.2, this one, millimetre.
Oh, I thought it was
It's
a
the
small...
same one on the picture.
Yeah. Just make sure you put them in a little box to keep them together, because the amount of times I lose the rods, just the smaller ones.
Ah,
just
okay.
say, like, when you get it, just put it in somewhere that you can keep them all together.
Well, it comes in a box.
Yeah.
And if you have maybe a wee elastic band or make a wee bit of elastic.
Put them together with elastic or a bit of wire and put them in, because the amount of times I lose those tiny little rods, and it's so annoying because they're, for me, the ones I use the most. So then I end up having to buy more just to get those rods back.
And it's not easy to buy them individually, is it?
No, I buy the whole thing, because like you say, you can never have too many, can you?
You don't want to buy a whole other gizmo if you've got it available. So try and treat yourself when you can. 0800 644 655. These are being allocated very, very quickly. Check them out as soon as you can. I've got lots coming up for you. 3-strand pack is coming up as well. Do you want to have a look at that? It's the one you've seen up here. The one that make me bash my pinky. That's the one. They are not going to $7.95, no, it's the wire gizmo coil, but nice try. You can join us on the phone lines or join us on the web for anything that you see that you fancy. I can't believe I'm having to pay tax on my bridesmaid's dress.
Yeah.
That should don't kill us. I want to cry a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. It does come with a gift box, well, a box. I'm going to not put it in the box because I should have put that in before I put the rods in. And the bracelet you saw actually a moment ago was the gorgeous Rachel as well. Rachel Norris, who was with us the other day. So I'm going to jump over to Laura because I'm going to bring you your challenge, I think. Ooh. That would be my handbag. But can I quickly show you the kit? I know you're all waiting for this. This isn't the challenge, I'm just giving you a heads up on aluminium wire. I can't believe I've got this twice in 1 week in the space of like 3 days.
It's just lovely, and it's really lovely to work with, and I've tried to just make a bit different
from what we did on Sunday.
Yeah, from what we did on Sunday, just to show you how versatile a medium it really is.
Yeah. You're going to love this. If you missed Sunday's show, where were you? Don't worry, I've got this for you today. You've got the gold coming up with the first design inspiration, and the silver is coming up in the second design inspiration. Within it, you have got yourself the most amazing cabochons of solar quartz. They are unreal. How gorgeous are these? I've got lush greens in there as well. Woo, as well as wire. Lots and lots to come your way today. Oh, absolutely. And that's just the first of your challenges. Well, I say challenge, design inspiration. These are your challenge nuggets. What do you think?
I'm really chuffed because
Are you?
Yeah, I always say how much I love that cut, and I do, and I actually do own both those strands. So.
Do you? Have you worked with the ones that you've got at home yet?
I've done a few pieces, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Are you going to do the same, or are you really going to challenge yourself?
Don't know yet.
Ah.
Decide.
Would we ever know?
No. No.
Could you imagine Laura knew this and she just brought the pieces from home and just went, oh yeah,
why didn't you give me a heads up? And I could have just brought in the pieces and gone, wow, look. It's not that fancy. It's just, but for me, you know, a couple of rings, some like tassel earrings, nothing too complicated, because I just love that stone and that cut, and you don't want to hide it too much.
Yeah. That sounds fabulous. You do get plenty on there. That's probably something you noticed the minute you got them home. There's a huge, at least 38 centimetres on each one. You've got the most gorgeous golden glowing oranges, golden glowing yellows. And I was just thinking actually these would go lovely with some of the orange gems we had yesterday. These for you are your clear quartz and your lemon quartz. They are really, really sizable. They graduate from 13 by 9 to 20 by 12 mil, and that's the clear quartz. The lemon quartz, they go from 16 by 10 millimeters. So all the lemon quartz are meant to be the same size, roughly 16 by 10 mil, and these go up to 20 by 12 mil from beginning at your 13 by 9. So there's plenty there for you to play with. Easily about 40 on there in each one, easily. Yeah. You excited?
I am. Yeah.
Price point wise, well, in fact, I'm not going to ask you because you've already got them. Did you buy them individually?
I did buy them individually.
So you would have paid £20 and 90 pence.
Yeah, well, it was around that mark because I bought them when they first got launched. In fact, I went half with my mum on them because I wanted them so badly that.
You didn't get them as staff cost?
No, this was before. This was before I started, or I had just started, so I paid full price for them.
Oh, so that would have been about £20 and 90 pence. £29.90. Forgive me. I just heard the 9 a couple of times there. I didn't realise £29 and 90 pence. You can't go to that price. So that's far too low then. Oh my gosh, I thought it must have been 20. I thought she was taking a pound off it. I thought she was taking like a wee pound off it. £20 and 90 pence. She'd take a pound off it because there's that many. She's taken from £29.95, £10 off, or £29.90, taken for you £10 off to get the 2. Does that mean you want to get them again?
I would always get them. I just love them. I've got them in the Labradorite, the Botswana. I want to get them in the pre-night. I want to get them in every range available. Yeah,
every gem, every variety. Kim, no, this is my fault because I said the wrong price, isn't it?
Wow, that is.
I love it. She's just said, yeah, it is actually.
That's mad.
Because I didn't hear Kimbo correctly, I thought she said 20. She actually said £29.90. So obviously when 19.95 came in, you're thinking, oh, well, you said it was 20. It's only like a pound. So now Kimbo's had to reduce it even more to £16.95. This is ridiculous. Apologies, Kimbo. Not to you, obviously. You get a great price point because I misheard Kimbo. Wow. Should really be £29.95 if you add the 2 together. Enjoy them.
I will. Thank you. Oh, they are lovely.
We'll be back to join Laura within the next 5-10 minutes. I've got some shell pearl for you first, though. I have a huge quantity. Now, these are brand new to me. We got them specially allocated for us today because no, they're not on the web. No, you can only get them as in, you can't just put the code in and get them on the web. These are 3 individual strands that we put together for you in a bundle to make sure you can get the best treat. What was it that was mentioned on the website, and of course not only the website but on the show on the about 1st of January, was it 31st of December, 1st of January was our awards night. So we had lots of different things voted for, and you voted for bundles of 3 being your best value, what you loved the most were bundles of 3. It just so happens we've got a bundle of 3. Graduated in size, 3 individual sizes for you. I've got 6 mil, 10 mil, 8 mil and 10 mil. Let me move that back so you can see. Now, shell pearl is brilliant if you want to get your perfect circles, perfectly spherical. If you want them to be flawless, if you want them to have great, fabulous luster to them, a really intense colour. You can get all of that with the shell pearl. You can get a great price point with your constituted shell. That's what makes a shell pearl. So you get perfectly round. You get yourself pure colour. Every single one's going to be the same colour. You've got yourself the uniformity in there. You've got a selection of sizes from 6 mil, 8 mil and 10 mil, so you can make great waterfall designs, a variety of different styles, but you can really work these together. You've got a really strong golden colour. It's almost a sort of, you know, a golden wrapper like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? It's like that. It's a rich golden wrapper in there. You have a great length, roughly 38 centimetres in each one. Plenty available to you there. But are you going to be fast enough? We have a really good quantity of them. It's not huge, but it's really good. What sort of price would you expect for 1 strand when they're so easy to use? Whether it be, I mean, that looks great against the black sort of velveteen bust, doesn't it? Maybe you've got a black dress. Everybody talks about that little black top and that little black dress. Maybe you've worn the same one for ages because it's your favourite and you look good in it. But maybe you think, oh gosh, I need a wee bit of something to make everybody notice my jewellery and not sort of focus that I'm wearing the same top. Why should you change your wardrobe? I heard from Vogue magazine many years ago when I started this company, the lady who at the time was the head editor of Vogue magazine, who said, Ali, what you need to do is design your jewellery and then your outfit around that. She said, the first thing I do when I wake up is put on my jewellery, decide what jewellery I'm going to wear, and then my outfit frames around it, because it's my jewellery that makes the outfit. So if you have something that you wear all the time that you love wearing, but you want to make it look different, you want people to notice something different, make yourself something nice with your jewellery, make something different. And this, the colour, will go with a great variety. It's going to go with your browns, it's going to go with your beiges, it's going to go with your blacks, it's going to go with your golds as well, and your colour too. Tink and East Riding, Yorkshire, lovely to see it. These make me think of the perfume advert with all of the gold. Oh yes, where she's got, is it where she pulls something and all the pearls sort of fall down? Is that the one you're thinking of? It's the one you've got me thinking of now. Should I try them on? Price point wise, what are you thinking? Oh, $11.85 for the three of them together. I thought that was your finishing price. That's what I saw. That is an amazing price, isn't it? I hope you don't mind me saying that. I shouldn't really say that. Shouldn't really comment on the price. But that's all right, because this isn't going to be your actual price. We're going lower. Oh yeah, we're going down to for the three. Well, that is perfect. It allows you to try the 3 different sizes, especially if you're somebody who's just starting out in JewelleryMaker and you haven't really tried a 6mm or an 8mm or a 10mm. It also allows you to, I would always keep one of each size and make a wee note of it, so the next time we say we've got a 6mm stone or an 8mm stone or a 10mm stone on the telly, you can have a look at your 6mm in your stash and think, ah right, so it's about that size roughly. Because sometimes in the camera, well, quite a lot of the time the camera will move in so we can get a closer look for you so you can really inspect it. So sometimes, depending on the size of your television, depending on how closely you're looking at it, that might look different to what you're looking at it in your own naked eye. So when you get it home, I would always keep one of each size just so I can keep myself right, as I know, right, so it's roughly about this size I'm looking at. How's that going to work in my designs? These are flying out the door, as I'm sure you can imagine. Lots and lots of people multi-bidding. Even if you were to multi-bid, you're only a couple of pounds more than what you would pay normally for these, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, at that price, I can remember when they first started doing the trio of them, and they were probably about £15–16 for the 3 of them. And to get it, like you said, a colour, the size, you've got sets, you've got earrings, you've got rings, you've got necklaces, you've got chokers. You can graduate the sizes, so you can have it in a neck piece, but with the 3 different sizes to get that sort of that different look. You know, you can add it with gold to make it look extra elegant as such.
I want to put a big smoky quartz piece in there.
Yeah, like a nice drop pendant or something. And you'd use the smaller ones as a rosary link chain, or and have your, you know, space it up with smaller smoky quartz then. That look really nice.
I want to use my gizmo tool as well and put like little bits of antique bronze wire, just gizmos in between. Gizmoed in between. Oh, so many ideas. You need to get them home to work with them though. You've got yourself plenty of time to get them home. Unlike me, which it turns out I'm going to have to pay on my dress. Tax, apparently. I can't believe that.
Yeah, sorry.
I can't believe that. Do they do that for everybody, or is that just a spot check?
It is a spot check.
Oh, why me?
Because sometimes I've had the item handed to me with the custom thing on it saying you should pay. Yeah. But as long as you've got the item, then you don't have to pay. I don't know if I get into trouble for that. But postman has just said to me, don't worry about it because there's the item. You have to pay to get the item back. But it's spot checked basically. If you get a letter, a post thing.
I got it saying they tried to deliver it and they couldn't because I wasn't in and I need to pay delivery.
Don't know. But yeah.
Unless they put it through the wrong letterbox and it's not for me. So it's £7.95. Doesn't see my name on it. £7.95. Are you ready? Check it out. Check. You need to be quick on this. We did have a good quantity, but it's £7.95. Nobody's going to leave this one sitting around, are they? This is fine. They don't like hot cross buns. Love, 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 love. The dimension we love. Try and get them before they go. They will go. And hopefully they will go to you. I will keep everything crossed. So, are you ready for your design inspiration numero uno. We've been waiting for the been waiting for the making it up as I go along. Spanish is not going well, clearly. Carol taught me how to say I'm a potato in German earlier, but I won't say it because she's not 100% confident that that's what it means. It's design inspiration time. We've been waiting for it since Sunday. It's your Cabochon treats. If you've just tuned in, it's lovely to see you. I'm Ali Defoy, and this is our superstar. It's Laura Binding. She's looking after us today when it comes to designing, and boy oh boy have you been busy.
Yeah.
We have a limited of 80 in stock. It's already on screen, so I would start dialing and calling now. The minute you see Laura's designs, you're going to want this anyway if you didn't already want it. Aluminium wire, it flew out the door. It's sold out, unfortunately. Fortunately for us, but unfortunately for those of you who maybe weren't successful in it on Sunday. So I've got back in golden colour. I'll let you see exactly what you're going to get, and then I'll show you what Laura's been making. The aluminium wire, I don't think you could sing its praises high enough, could you?
No, it's really, really lovely medium to work with. Really is.
It's so easy to
yeah.
I was just going to say,
Use
it's quite sharp on the end. I was trying to get it out there. I was like, oh.
Use that one. That one's
but it's so easy. So malleable for 2mm gauge. You would not think 2mm gauge would bend like it was melted butter. And it holds its shape. Laura will be working with this throughout the design inspiration. You're going to love it. And you can straighten out too once you've bent it all. I have lots and lots for you here. I've got 2 different gauges in wire. Have a look at these two. So one of is your 0.6mm gauge, which is this one here, and you get 10 meters of that. The other gauge I've got here is huge. It's a humongous 1mm gauge, 50 meters in your gold color of your copper wire. So you can work with those with your aluminium if you fancy, as well as burgundy wire, which is thinner gauge. This is coming through at a burgundy 0.4mm, 10 meters. So with the 2 of these, you're looking at 20 meters between the gold 0.6 and the burgundy 0.4mm, plus your 50 meters on your gold color at 1mm gauge, plus your 12 meters of your aluminium 2mm gauge. So 82 meters in total. Sound like enough wire to begin with? Is that enough to begin with, 82 meters?
Could do with more. Could always do with more.
Laura Binding, I don't think you would ever have enough wire in your life, would you?
No, I don't think so.
Just no.
No.
Huge solar quartz. Look at these. These aren't shine retiring. Oh no. This, I have to say, I think is my favourite. Stalactites is what you have within these. They've been captured, and that crackled effect has happened surrounding it. If you can see it from the other side. It's amazing. Totally genuine. Fascinating. Every single one is totally individual. Now, I've never brought you, officially, hand on heart, a solar quartz cabochon. I brought you solar quartz, but they've never been with a flat bottom and a dome-like top, which is what an official cabochon should be. From the French word, cabochon. So with every single one being individual, whether it be a round or a pear or an oval, or a square, is a carat weight we're guaranteeing, and that carat weight we're guaranteeing is 245 carats of multi-shaped solar quartz cabochons. Do you love or do you love? Now you might get a few more than what I've got here, you might get a few less. It will depend on the carat weight. You might get a few more bigger ones, which therefore in turn means you'll get a few less in quantity, but the same carat weight. Or you might get yourself a few more of the smaller ones. I mean, that would be a perfect ring, that one, wouldn't it? Imagine that. Do you know anyone with a solar quartz cabochon ring?
I've never seen them in a cabochon before. I was so chuffed.
I don't believe we've ever done them, you know.
I've not seen them. At least they're lush.
Lush, I think, is going to be the word of the day today. More.
Sorry, I realised I'd forgotten to put a chain, sort of a choker for that to sit on. Sorry.
That's all right. We'll let you off. Have a look at all of these pendants. Hello. It reminds me of Goldilocks' hair.
Yeah, sort
Or
of like
Rapunzel's.
just layering down, yeah.
Constantly glowing, growing, constantly glowing and moving.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. I love that. Now we might even get to see how to make this today.
Yeah.
In fact, we'll definitely get to see how to make this today, right?
Yeah.
I love this. Actually, this is one of my favourites. And then, hold on a minute, but we love this one. Can we get to see how to make this as well?
Yeah. Why not? Let's just go for it, hey?
Should we just do
Let's
it?
just have fun.
Let's just do it. Now, there are two really spectacular pieces. Not that these aren't, but this is giving you an introduction into how to work it with pendants as an individual, just using one cabochon. But then we go to town and we work with more than one. Wowza or wowza, using aluminium wire as well as your copper-based wire too. And then on the end, the piece de resistance, the ultimate cabochon. Oh, wow. Did you have fun with these?
I did, yeah. It was great because, you know, it's nice to be able to use these thicker gauges of wire and still create that individual pendant look, which you would never be able to achieve if you were using even just a 1.5 plated wire. You just wouldn't be able to. It would just be too difficult to get that sort of fluidity and movement in your pieces. So to be able to do this, it's just been great.
Copper wire is malleable, but not as malleable in that gauge as the aluminium, is it?
Yeah, no, it's still got some sort of, you know, rigidity to it. But and also copper wire will set really solid over time, so it will become like you know, if you're using a 2 mil copper wire, it's going to set solid. But this is just beautiful. And again, I've just used like a gizmo effect on that sort of torque, which is why I was saying about, you know, sometimes all you need is just that coil, just to balance out the look of it, and again add a bit of strength. So it takes it away from just being a piece of just being wire. It gives it a little bit more something interesting.
Oh, we love it. Now, price point wise, on Sunday, everything's sold out. Everything. Before we'd even got the price in. Today is probably not going to be much far from that. Now, price point is going to come in. We should only be looking, with that amount of wire, 82 metres, £43.20. That's it. That's it. £43.20. With solar quartz cabochons of 245 carats, with 82 metres of wire, 12 of those meters being your brand new aluminium wire, 2 mil gauge, which sold out on Sunday, down to £34.95. To get cabochons, you're usually looking about £29 to get a good quality cabochon. These are cabochons we've never brought you before.
Yeah, no, I've never seen them before, and I love solar quartz. I've always said I love solar quartz, so to be able to have, and I often treat the solar quartz we have as a cabochon, but obviously they haven't got that flat back. They're, you know, they are the gemstone beads in effect. So to have these here, it's just absolutely wonderful, and they're such lovely shapes, and you're going to get a variety. You don't know what you're going to get.
No.
You know, one of my packs I had sort of more ovally ones and rounder ones, and this one I've got a lovely little sort of wonky teardrop, which I love. And I would make that into a ring.
I've got a wonky teardrop too.
You've got a wonky teardrop. You see, yours is larger with more green in it. So I would have to try and get a couple, because you just don't know what you're going to get. And just to have that variety, it's just great. It's lovely.
You definitely need to treat yourself when you see there's something that you fancy. For the aluminium wire, well, for the 82 metres of wire, that in itself, you know you should be looking about £42.95 if we just added them all individually. The cabochons, we've got plenty in baskets, 20 of them in baskets right now. 0800 644 655. You can use the shopping baskets, or alternatively call us on that number from the UK and Northern Ireland. It's totally free from a landline, or JewelleryMaker.com. You can join us on there as well, no problem whatsoever. But at this sort of price point, you got to treat yourself when they've not been seen before, and they're so lustrous. Solar quartz sometimes can look, as it is so natural, sometimes it can maybe not have as much gloss as you want. We've decided that £29.95 is your price today. Kimbo and I, it's our final shift before the weekend begins. We are treating today as a Friday, which means you are getting weekend deals on a Thursday afternoon. Doesn't really seem bright, but that's what we do all the time because we're naughty. So enjoy it for £30. You're getting yourself a huge reduction when the aluminium wire is one of the top selling wires we've ever offered, isn't it?
It really is. And look at how much I've got left of my wire.
Plenty.
Look at all
It's
of
almost
that.
as if you haven't even dented it.
I haven't. To be fair, I barely touched the 1 mil. I've still got loads of this, and bear in mind I also made the torques out of these as well, like just what the pendants are on as well, so you know you don't have to do that. I've just done it for display, but they've been all come off of this one reel. You know, it's just beautiful.
There's plenty there, there's plenty to work with, and it's not a wire you want to miss out on. When you see Laura working with it and you see how easy it is to work with, if you've never tried wrapping a cabochon before, me, oh my, today's the day where you're going to start. You do need to check out your basket, unfortunately, though, because people may miss, well, you will miss out if you're not quick. On Sunday, we had so many people miss out, unfortunately. Lots and lots of people were successful. We have got a bigger quantity today, but again, these won't be here for long, so please do check them out as soon as you can. We have got the silver version coming up. It's a different cabochon set. There are aventurines that are coming up, which are equally as lovely.
Yeah,
it's just a different design. So I'm going to offer you to do as many designs as you fancy. We've got an hour, well, but 45 minutes.
Okay.
So you can choose. What do you fancy?
Well, I'm going to go. I'm going to try to get the 3.
So these 3 pendants.
Yeah, because it's nice to show people. It's just nice to show you how you can use this thicker gauge, this aluminium wire, as you would a 1 mil or a 0.8, and you don't have to do as much work because it will hold that shape as well. But so it's just nice to show you it in a slightly different way, really. Okay. So I'll give you back your teardrop.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so which one do you want me to do first?
You choose.
You choose.
Oh, me choose? This one.
That one? Cool.
Closest to my hand.
Closest, no worries. Right.
I love them all.
They're all lovely. I'm going to keep my larger stone to show this one, just because when you are doing the one on the end, I want quite a one of the largest stones, just because I need to really be able to
cocoon.
Yeah, and I don't want it to be just all about the wire. I want you to be able to see the stone through it as well, so that's why.
Okay.
So for this one, we can use any. I think I might try the teardrop one. As you can see, mine had the more oval ones. So I'm going to go for the teardrop one. The reason is, if you've got any that have got a slight angle to them, it's just a little bit easier because it's just got something to sort of wrap around. Whereas if it's a complete circle, sometimes it's going to be tricky because it's got no sort of sharper sides.
Yeah, it's got no edge really.
Yeah, so like an oval or a teardrop, anything like that, it's going to be just a little bit easier than the circle. You can do it, but it's just practice on a different shape if you can. So I'm going to take a length of wire. Now I would probably say about 3/4 of a metre. Depends on the size of your stone, and it's probably too much. But what I want is enough wire. I don't want not enough. And any offcuts, you know, you can use to do little details, little earrings or anything like that. So don't worry if it is too much. Just you just don't want to get all that way in and find out it's too short.
For sure.
So I'm going to take my hammer and my block.
Oh, we've got a whammer today, just so you know.
I love the whammer. I have a whammer. I have pretty much everything, really.
If I had a whammer.
Okay, so what I want to do is look at my stone and decide the sort of, where's this stone going to go? What way do I want this to sit? Do I want to sit sort of the point coming down or the point going up? It's up to you. I'm actually going to take advantage of the wider part of the stone and use that as the bottom, because again, you need to look at your stone, you need to assess it as to being the best way that it's going to hold, because you want that security. Now when you cut this wire, you will see with your cutters, if I cut a piece separately, I've got a piece here. So if I cut this piece, you'll see one end's like a sharp point and one end's nice and flat. Okay, so because it's such a thick wire, you don't want these to be, if you can just get rid of these little sort of points habitually, I don't know if that's a word,
yeah, by habit,
then it's just going to make a nicer finish, because that will show. If I was to hammer that, it would show in the finish, whereas if you were to hammer the flat edge, it's going to look nicer. So just take the back of your pliers, so you've got the flat side, and just trim that there, and then
they're
that becomes
flush cutting pliers for anyone who's just tuned in.
They are, but this would work with any cutters.
Perfect.
So I'm just using the normal toolkit pliers here, pink ones, and it would work as long as you've got that flat edge. It's a bit harder because they're not as sharp as these ones, but you still get that straight. Plus, you would never cut any other 2mm wire with these cutters.
No.
The fact that you can cut the aluminium is really good. Okay, so it's just little things like that. So before we do that, before we start this, make sure you've got a nice tidy end. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just do a bit of a spiral, only a little bit, So I'm just taking my pliers and just curling that round. Take your pliers and just give it a sort of little curl, okay? This is one of those types of pendants that you need to just do little regular checks. I'm just going to put it against the stone, okay? Sorry if I stab you.
No, you're fine.
So now,
sorry, I was listening to Kimbo.
I can place it against my stone, and I can see that that's going to go nicely. It's not overpowering the stone, and it's going to do what I need it to do. So I can hammer that now. This hammer's really nice, this wire. Don't need to put a lot of pressure onto it, mind your fingers. Now I'm only hammering the sort of spiral part and just round, okay? And I'm going to take my pendant and I'm just going to bring it around the back. So it's kind of, so it's just like this. And you want it to really mould and hug, so you can see the back there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do with this part here is I'm going to bring it up, and I'm really putting some pressure on it because I really want it to mould against the stone. See to the side, you can see. And I'm just going, so I'm holding it with my thumb, I'm holding that spiral, and I'm just really pushing that, and I'm just going to encourage a curve around the side. So that's going to hold the side. But before I do anything else, I'm going to take that off, take my hammer and block again. And the only bit I'm going to hammer is that curved bit that's going to be at the front. I'm not going to hammer all of the back because I don't really need to. It's just to make it look pretty. You do not have to hammer this if you don't want to, or if you don't have a hammer, but it just makes it look nice. It does strengthen it a little bit as well.
Oops, we've lost you.
Sorry.
That's all right. We found you.
You found me. I'm just flattening it so that it looks, not loads, just to give it a little bit of a nicer look, really. Okay, so I'm going to take my pendant again, pop it back in again, just tweak it so it's sitting how I want it to sit. Happy with that. Now I'm going to bring that wire again. I'm just holding it nice, and I'm holding all of it in my hand, really hugging that wire across the back. And now it's going to come across the front, and it's going to come up across the front like this, and then it's going to lean back to become the bail. Again, I'm going to just take it out at this point. It's a bit tricky. That's how good a grip it's got on it. It's actually tricky to get the stone out. There we go. And then turn it over, because this is going to be the front that's going to be visible. Again, just hammer that one little section, and you'll see where it is because there's a slight sort of, you can't see that, sorry, I see what you mean about losing me now. I was like, I don't know why you've lost me. That would be why. So you can see there how it's got that little arc. That's just where I've moulded it, so I can use that as a guide as to how much I want to hammer. And then what I want to do is just hammer a little bit further because I'm going to use this for my bail. Okay. Oops.
In fact, should we put a whammer in?
Yeah, do you want me to use the whammer?
If you want.
I can.
Can you use a whammer?
Me too.
Only got 28 in stock, but I thought since as you're hammering.
Because that's, I'm using the domed end instead of the plastic, it's giving it a texture. I like it with the texture, that looks nice. Ooh. If you do that and you decide you like that, if you can, get back into your little sections. See how that's changed it?
Oh yeah. Texturing with your whammer.
Sorry, carry on.
No, you're fine. So, whammer, one end, you've got your sort of nylon end, don't you?
Yeah. And
this, oh sorry.
That won't mark the wire.
Just trying to unscrew it to show you. You also have a domed edge as well, a smaller one, which you can fit in. Do you ever use this edge?
Yeah, you do. Again, you use it for texturing, and it just enables you, whereas this gives a sort of more flatter, because obviously it's more domed, it just textures lightly. That enables you to sort of really get in and create lots of little texture.
I'm not managing to fit it into the groove. Can't get into the groove. But well, clearly it's going to screw in because this one just unscrewed. So you've got this one with the nylon, and then the round edge, which is what you used here, slightly domed, not majorly, but just slightly, and then you have this one if you want to be really domed. Well, you've already got that one in.
Yeah, mine's taken a bit of a battering, but yeah, it just it really has taken a battering. But yeah, if you were to hammer with that, it just creates lots of little dents, whereas the other one created a larger dent. If I hold that up, you should be able to see it. See how that's like lots of little dents? Obviously I haven't flattened the wire first, so that's just done straight onto the wire and just gives it like a little...
And you can do that, you don't need to flatten it?
No, it just gives a different look, so if you were to flatten it...
Oh yeah.
So you can use this to flatten it, but you will get a few marks because it's slightly domed. When you were to use that... See a difference?
Oh yeah, I love it.
And you can see how the wire can take that hammer in as well.
Yeah, it's not sort of, the coating hasn't come off because it's not a solid gold wire, it's aluminium wire with gold colouring. So you've got the 3 different choices with your whammer. It's not been back in stock since January, there's only about 20 odd, or we're only about 20 odd for us today. Try and get them before they go. It's a beadsmith, so straight away you know it's a product that's well used, well renowned for your crafting world. £18.95, you've got your whammer. So it's pretty much 3 hammers.
Yeah, it was actually created by Linda Jones, who's a very, very well known and very brilliant wire worker. So if she's created that, then you know it's got to be perfect for the job because it's what she does, you know.
100%. If you're going to get it, you're going to get it made by the person who's, or one of, as you've suggested, one of the best and most renowned for her wire work. Yeah. Then surely she'll be able to design it perfect for what she wants, which should be what we want too. £18.95. Try and get them before they go. We only have a few kits left, so I'm going to get back to the demonstration, but just to remind you, if you haven't yet got your design inspiration kit, now is the time to do it, to get your cabochons, to get this amazing aluminium wire, which is, I think, now that you've found it, you wouldn't live without it, really, would you?
It's brilliant. I'm thinking I need to try and get some, but obviously it sells out every time it comes on.
Yep.
How am I going to get some to actually work with for myself? You know.
Yeah. Aside from just your inspirations.
From here, yeah. Okay, so I've placed that back in. I've just moulded this around. Okay, so if I hold it, you can see, and that's pretty held in place just by that. Okay, so what I've done now is I've brought my wire nice and straight across, and I'm going to cut it, probably, this is just preference really, probably about 2 inches or so. Okay, and then I'm just going to place it on here and hammer it, and then just use your bail making pliers if you've got them, or anything really. Now the size of the bail's up to you, and you can have it so you can kind of roll it, or you can just have it so it stops. But what you want to do is really bend it back so it can really hook over like that. You can cut that and just have it so it meets if you want. It's
I
up
quite
to
like
you.
it, the fact that it's within it as well.
Yeah, it's just a nice, and then what you can do, take the back and just put it in if you need to, if you feel it needs any tightening, you know, tweak it about a little bit, and then you've just got a nice simple pendant like that. All right.
Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Okay. Love.
So that's that one.
Done. Should we quickly squeeze in some cabochons? Yeah, we've got 30 of these kits left, not to mention those of you who have it in your web baskets. And just to offer some more cabochons while we're at it, let me just show them to you. Because could you use these to do that same design you've just created,
definitely
the
could.
oval?
Yeah, definitely. I love those. I love the fact that they're faceted. That's just stunning.
Brand new, coming up at 2. Not long. It's almost like Kim made that to rhyme. Right, cabochon number 2. Should we just do the one in the middle then? Do you fancy?
No worries. Okay. So for this one again, I've used the wire as a frame, and then I've used a 0.6 just to do some nice simple netting. I could probably use this wire here actually, because that's what I cut, so I did overestimate the wire. But so I'm going to use another round stone, because in the second set I had a lot of the round stones. Okay. If you've got a round stone, use a mandrel or something like that, a ring sizer. anything really. We just want to create a frame.
I don't think we do have mandrels in stock at the moment, actually. I was just thinking we had them on the show the other day. You can always have a look on the website.
Yeah.
No harm in looking.
No.
But next time you see them, grab them because they always sell out.
Yeah. Well, there's that one there. Okay, and just wanted to sit just on the inside of the cabochon. Okay. Now again, we can hammer it. Not hammering, and I'm not hammering across where the wires have crossed, just because that's going to weaken it. And again, if you started to hammer that, if you hammer over the cross, I'll just do it lightly and you'll see it will mark it, will kind of.
Oh yeah.
Can you see how it distorts a little bit?
Yeah.
Right across the middle, and it just weakens it. And so then when you do that, you can see if I show you the back, it's kind of dented in.
Yeah, you don't want that.
So you just want to avoid that. Okay, so try not to hammer across, across.
Don't cross across.
Don't cross across. So then take a bit of your 0.6 wire. Again, probably about 1 metre. Depends on the size of your cabochon, but you need enough wire that you can. Actually go around it about 2 or 3 times. If I can just grab that one a minute. Okay. So obviously this one I've done in an actual Viking net style. So I've actually gone through, and I'll just explain that. But I just want to go through. I've done 3 rows on that one, just enough to hold the wire in. Okay. So I'll pop that one back.
Sure.
Okay. So what I'm going to do with one of these tails is I'm just going to trim it and make a spiral. If you've got one that's slightly longer, then just keep the longer one. Just do a spiral, place that in there, and then you can hammer it completely. Okay, place your stone on, so we know that that's going to happen. Obviously, if you've got a really translucent stone, but a lot of them have got like a sort of quite a dark bit in the middle.
Yeah, you should stand.
So that spiral kind of goes into that. If you had a really translucent stone, that spiral would show through the stone. Yep. So taking your wire, 0.6 wire, just wrap 3 times, just around that sort of outer wire. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my wire, feed it through. And I've done these quite large because I wanted one. If you're doing a Viking net, it's quite nice if you're just practicing, or sometimes because you want it to be visible, to make the loops quite large, because otherwise if it's really condensed, it looks nice, but it's a lot of work and you don't always get to see the beauty of the
wire,
the design, yeah, the pattern.
Okay.
Bring the wire so it's coming towards me, so I'm going to just bring it straight through the loop and straight across.
Just to let you know, we have more in baskets than we do have of stock at £29.95. Bear in mind that is a reduced price, not only from the original price at £42. It's now reduced from, it went to 35, it's now reduced to £29.95. That was all reduced within seconds, so it's not as if we waited for you to come in. We just thought we would go to town because it's our Friday technically on the shift side. We're not going to be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday for our shift. The other shift will be with you, of course. So this is our little Easter treat for you. We thought we'd just do a wee bit of something extra. Seems as we saw some bunny ears bopping about, we thought we could take advantage.
Okay, so what I've done is I've just removed the tail from where I originally attached the wire. So just remove that because it's just getting in my way a bit. And I just keep on going around. Apparently this is called a half hitch stitch if you do macrame. Okay, so I'm just using my finger to guide this wire now, because you are using a 0.6. It's actually a lot easier to do this netting because it holds its shape really nicely. So I'm just laying them out now, so it's almost like a flower shape, so I can get an idea of that I'm going right on my size. Just pulling them out so they're not all bunched together. Okay, and just do a couple more. Bringing it through. So many tools out. I'm super noisy today, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay, so I'm just putting that there. Okay, and then one more, and then that's taking me back to where I started. Okay. So that's taken me back to where I've started now. Okay, my first loop is there. All right, so just tweak it so it's all happy now. I'm folding all these petals out. I call them petals just because it's easier. Makes me think of a flower when you see it like that.
Of course.
Pop your stone in and you'll be able to see, if I show you it from that view, you'll be able to see, because I've done them quite large, straight away they're already starting to show, so I know my next row will start to secure this stone in place. If they were, if you place your stone on, they're still underneath it, then you're probably better off doing a second row before you put your stone in, because it helps if you can see them over the stone. So I know that when I start to actually stitch this, I'm going to be pulling it up around the stone. Okay, so I'm just moving this wire out of my way. And what I want to do is you've got, the next one is here. In the middle of them is this loop with this little cross. What I want to do is bring the wire through the second sort of loop and then back through the first and pull. And it's just, when you Viking knit, you'll understand, you're just going behind the cross. When you pull it, you get that effect. So if I can show you, see if you can see it up close. See how it's pulled just across that loop? So if I now move across, and basically I want to go behind this loop. So I'm putting those wires behind that loop. So I'm skipping a loop, and then it's going behind that cross. Pull it, and exactly the same. And then you can see there how it's starting to shape. So you just keep going.
I'm going to quickly bring you these cabochons, really quickly. They are brand new, absolutely. Oh yeah, everyone's messaging in saying, new cabochons, we can't do a cabochon show without brand new cabochons. Come on, of course we're going to do them. And of course it's going to have rose quartz in there, absolutely. Faceted for you, delicious, dreamy in their quality. I'll read you each one. Size-wise, they are all 40 by 30 millimeter. They are all faceted with a brilliant facet, which means a diamond shape or triangular shaped facet on the surface of the gem, which is what you can see here. They're all cabochons, flat at the bottom and domed on the top. You have, as I say, 40 by 30 mil on each one. 50 carats for the rose quartz. The magnesite, again, same size, 40 by 30 is at 50 carats also. The green agate, really deep, isn't it? Really juicy. It's a sort of really dark emerald green, that one. Do love that one. That's 40 carats. And the black striped agate, can you see that? Oh, it's magnet. If I move out the way, you might be able to see that pattern a little bit better. Now, obviously, everyone will be totally different. I just wanted to see if you could see that one a little bit. Mother Nature has made them for you, and it's 40 carats for your black stripe agate as well. So in a total, 180 carats for you across the four. So 40 carats for both the black stripe agates and the green agates, and then your rose quartz and magnesite are coming up at 50 carats each. That's 100 carats and 180 carats in total to get them all. You do get them all, you don't have to choose. It's not one cabochon per person. You get all four of them. Now the price you would expect for this, is quality in a cabochon, isn't it? Each one is an exact size, each one is an exact carat weight for you. We've not sort of thought, with this particular one, we'll give you a selection and then you might have a carat weight, but you might not know the shapes. You know exactly you're going to get 40 by 30 mil ovals, so you can make the same design for each one. It's perfect for you for working out how much wire you're going to need and making the same design in each one, or alternatively making a totally different one in each one. But either way, you need to get these as soon as possible because they are brand new, they are limited edition. And the price point on them is, oh, come on now! Is that it? Oh, not even £4 each. What are your favourite three? Favourite three, what would you say? If you had to choose, I'm going for, you'll go for a green one, right?
Yeah, I think I would go for the, I don't know, I'd find, green, the black, but I am really torn between that white and the rose quartz.
So how about £5 for the green, £5 for the black, and then £2.50 for each?
It's just...
Happy?
Well,
my thought is, choose your favourite three, £5 each, and the other one you're getting for nothing. Or £3, is it 79 each? £3 something each. Just shy of £4. For faceted, individual cabochon, exact sizing. It's out of this world, isn't it?
See something like that, especially that. I mean, I can see the banding on that. Is it onyx, the black one?
It's black agate.
Agate, sorry.
No, you're
It's the
fine.
banding
They're
is
very,
off-
very similar in their look.
The banding is a lot clearer to the eye than it is
It
on the
is,
screen.
isn't it?
You can just see it there. I would probably just do something like this standard netting on that, like this Viking net in here, just around the edges of that, just to hold it in and just let that, I mean, that would look lovely in this design because it would just shine, wouldn't it? It would just sparkle through.
That's what we need. We need to get something different, something individual, and that's exactly what you're getting with each and every single one of these, even the rose quartz, totally natural. Lovely pastel pinks. I'm just going to hold one up to the décolletage just so you can get an idea of how it's going to look size-wise, as, say, for example, as a pendant. 40 by 30 mil. I can't believe these are only $14.95. So if you've already got wire at home and you're thinking, I want to do what Laura's doing with the netting, I've missed out on her. Is there any left in Laura's design inspiration? If everyone checked out in the baskets, it would be completely sold out. There's a couple left. If you're thinking about it and you've already got wire at home but you want to do the cabochon wrapping and you need cabochons, £4.95. Get them. I do have more cabochons coming up, more sort of Dalmatian jasper, zebra jasper coming up for you, but these ones, for the faceted ones, the exact sizes and exact carat weight for each one, which you can print off an authenticity certificate for if you do wish to sell, then they're there for you just now. Try and get them before they go because they are brand new and they are exceptionally fabulous in their quality. I'll let you carry on.
Yeah, no, it's fine, I've done it now. So I've gone all the way around and I've brought my wire, so I've gone around 3 times and I've just moulded as I've gone along, really pushed that wire around. So that is completely set in there now. That is held nice and securely in there. And what I've done, I'll just explain. I had a long straight wire just there, you can see it. And so what I did was I just brought the wire up as if it was the initial row and just put an extra loop on just so that the look didn't have a big long line across it.
Ah, okay.
So it kind of added a stitch in effect.
So the extra one to what you would do if you were just following it. Yeah.
And you can see at the top where that wire comes across on this side, that was where we started.
Right.
So on this side, I've just brought the wire straight up and actually matches it then and mirrors it, okay? Gives me my wire, I've wrapped it back around this thicker wire here, and it can just come around the back, and I'm going to use that in a minute. So for now, just to do the decorative front, whatever you've got, mandrels, you know, I've got the 6-step, I've got pretty much everything, haven't I? So, pretty much. Just to get a sort of a loop, just hold your pliers in and just swirl that around. Okay, and you can go all the way around if you want to, and really get a nice kind of double loop like that. Okay, you have to wiggle, there we go. Okay, and then you can bring that wire down like this and just swirl it around like this.
Who would have thought you could swirl 2 mil wire like that?
I know, it's just like butter. And then take the end and just cut it however you want. Again, try to make sure that I'm using the back of my pliers so that I get a straight edge. And just do a spiral if you want. And then you just place it like that, okay? And then you can tweak it so it sits how you want it to sit. And then again, you can take your hammer and your block, and what you can do is lift it, okay? And then just place it, so again, sorry if you lose me again. And then just and this is if you had that whammer and you wanted to do that texture.
I love that texture.
Really. And then you can just place that back down and mould it back how you wanted it to go. And that will hold in place, it won't catch. So there's your one piece there. And then my next issue was the bail. So I thought, well, you could just pop a jump ring. So that's it just finished there, and you can see that texture, how it just changes it. So you could put a jump ring just through here and attach it to a chain.
Okay.
I wanted to just do something a little bit different. I wanted the jump ring to kind of be hidden. Okay, so what I did was, you know, we've got these loads of these little offcuts, and I said to you before about don't waste them. I think I actually use this. So I actually just, so I'm just using my bail pliers here, but you could use a coil and gizmo if you wanted.
We had these bail making pliers yesterday. I think these are slightly larger gauge than ones we used
Possibly.
yesterday, but we did say to try and make sure you get them
Yeah.
if you could, so bear that in mind.
So I'm just going to make some jump rings now. Again, you see my edge there. I'm just going to trim that. And I'm just going to turn my pliers over and cut this side. And that's one jump ring. And then again, just trim off that little edge, turn my pliers around, cut, and then you can do a couple like that and you'll have jump rings, okay?
Okay, perfect.
And then just treat it as a normal jump ring. And you can see how it's nice and flush. Okay, and what I wanted to do, because I wanted it to have like that hidden bail, I just placed it where I wanted it to go on the back. And because I've got my 0.6 wire here, I can actually use this and sew it to the back. So just attach it, bring that wire through, and just pull it and it will sit. Try to make sure you don't have that cut where your jump ring opens. You don't want your wire to slip through it. It shouldn't, but just in case. And so you can do that a couple of times. And then again, if you've got that spiral and you want to bring that wire down, you can then use that wire to sew that spiral together. Not that you need to, but if you want to give that a real bit of stability and to sit in between, see that there, you would just sew it all the way down and join it together. And then that just gives you that kind of hidden bail, which when you pop it on a choker allows it to sit really nicely.
So if I tilt that sideways.
And it's just sewn down and it just locks it all in and it just helps it to stay, like I said, like a hidden kind of bail. You could just pop a jump ring through the top, just open that, pop it through there and just pop that straight onto a necklace if you wanted. Oh, sorry, it's hitting you.
No, no.
It's like that if you wanted. So you could just make it a really pretty simple pendant as well if you wanted. But it's a really effective way just to take advantage of that thick wire.
We love it, Laura. Absolutely love it. Are you ready to make that? Hold on a minute. I've got some zebra jasper for you. Hello, looky here. What have I done to deserve this? I had black and white yesterday and I've got sort of verging on black and white, grey and white today. I'm loving these. They're reminding you of marble. So the really expensive ones, if you ever go to look at those sort of manor houses and they have like an open house when they're building them and they have these marble lovely kitchen tops and mantelpieces. Oh yeah. And floors. Oh, could you imagine? They are wonderful. I'm guaranteeing you a carat weight as opposed to as opposed to a quantity. So it's 480 carats that you're guaranteed, and you've got multi shapes in your jasper. Now this one is from something else, so I'm just going to take that away. I don't know how it got in there. So you are getting huge sizes, but then you're also getting dainty. I mean, imagine that as a ring.
Yeah.
How impressive would that be?
I really love those, the sort of the long thin ovals. I just think are gorgeous, like say statement ring. But if you notice, they're quite shallow as well, which really helps, because if you're netting a stone like this, you don't have to go over the stone too much because it's quite shallow. Or you could prong set it and then you get to see the stone. But because it's quite shallow, you can get a real nice sort of grip on that stone, and you're not overpowering it as well.
You're not going to have too much movement because it's not too thick. Perfect. Whereas this is a bigger one, but they have their advantages as well. So lots and lots of you coming through. We've got a quick picture of an example. Now I might have had one missing, which is why I had somebody's added one from a different selection in to make up the quantity. They've been doing a wee swapsies, treating them like little Matchbox stickers, like you do at school. You're not allowed to do swapsies with the captions, but somebody's tried, caught them out. Don't worry. You will be getting zebra jasper. Susan's in, Rosa's in, Stephanie's in. Sorry if I haven't read out your names today. It's been uber busy, and there's so many of you there, so please forgive me if I don't manage to get your names. Essex is there, Northamptonshire, East Riding, Yorkshire, Leicestershire, Lancashire, you're all in there as well. Cambridgeshire's with us as well. Price point wise, so it's the shape you get a multitude of. I've got one missing in my selection here, but you will get a carat weight as opposed to actual stones in here as well. So you can see you're going to get 480 carats across a variety of stones. You might have some larger ones, you might have some smaller ones, as you suggested earlier, Laura. You might want to get a couple so you can get what's right for you, whether you want the bigger cabochons or the smaller ones. Now you can't mix the packs up if you get them home. You can't think, well, I'll have some of these and have some of these. Yeah, you can choose one pack or the other, or keep them both. But if you're wanting to get them home to see which one has the bigger cabochons or smaller, depending on what you like to work with, what's your preference, then maybe do try and get a couple. Post and packaging is there for you. You can post it back if you've got 30 days to make your mind up, so if you change your mind, it's not a problem. But price point for these, what would you think? Zebra jasper, totally natural. Come on now. Hold on, I remember all our cabochons were around $29.95. Why are we so low? I'm confused to the high heavens as to what we're up to. You'll need to be as quick as you can on these. I don't mean to rush you, goodness me, no. But at that sort of price point for $12.95, just to get a couple at that price point. And they do look like they'll go lovely with the solar quartz as well.
Yeah, I love those. Again, it's like you say, it's got that natural organic kind of look to it. And buy a couple if you know somebody that you can swap with, because me and Gemma Crow have done that. I've actually bought two. We had some cabochons, I think they were something like Blossom Jasper or something, and we both literally, I bought 2 packs, put them both down and said, right, choose. They both had 6 in them, luckily, different shapes and sizes, and we just did a bit of a, you know, school team one. I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. But it's good because we've got different tastes, so naturally she went for the sort of more chunkier sized ones, where I went for the more sort of smaller, more square type ones, so it worked out really well. So if you know someone you can share with, get a couple.
Sounds good. And at £12.95, I don't know anywhere else where you can get zebra jasper cabochons. No matter about price, just in general.
No, I've not seen them.
We've only started bringing them to you within the past 6 months to maybe a year if you're lucky. So £12.95, it does just show by buying in bulk and being buying team, what, for over 10 years now, we're able to get huge opportunities. Thank you for taking advantage of it. I'm now going to take advantage of your talents again, Laura, and ask you to show your final demonstration of this particular part. If you're looking at it and thinking, oh, Ali, Laura, I really love the big ones with the multitude of cabochons all sort of captured in there, we're going to be showing you that in the second design inspiration.
Yeah, something similar.
So something for everybody, something like this, but incorporating a huge quantity, if not all of your cabochons. We'll do that for you in the second design inspiration with your aventurine cabochons and your silver wire, which you can, or silver colour wire should I say, which you can also do with the gold colour as well. I
mean, obviously you can see in a couple of the bigger designs, I've just netted it in effect in the way that I have just shown you.
Yeah.
Slight variation, I haven't Viking netted it, I've just netted it. So it's just the same kind of theory, it's just playing about with it really. Okay, so we're going to do the third and final. So
which is this one here.
Yeah. And so for this one...
Can I name it?
You can name it.
Can it be called Rapunzel?
Rapunzel's pendant.
Rapunzel's pendant.
The Rapunzel pendant.
The Princess Rapunzel pendant.
That's a nice mouthful.
You think?
Yeah. The Rapunzel pendant.
The Rapunzel pendant. I think. What do you think? Do you want to name it? Drop us a message in if you fancy. I'm going for Rapunzel pendant.
I like the tumbling pendant. It makes me think of like you say, like layers tumbling as such.
So, I like that.
So I've already reserved the stone I'm going to use for this because it's one of the largest round shapes. Now you can do this with any kind of shape. You do it round, do it with a teardrop. That large teardrop that you've got there would go lovely. That's in that particular bundle. So, you know, you can do this with any shape really.
Right.
So what I've done is I've taken 3 lengths of wire. Again, I'm using the aluminium wire. And what I want, I've probably got too much wire here, but as you can see, it's easy to make jump rings or anything out of the excess. And what I want is enough to be able to go around the whole of the size of the cabochon, and to just do a bit of decoration around the top. Now, I'm not doing anything too elaborate. We're not doing a woven bail. We're not doing anything, lots of weave. So we don't need loads of excess wires, but we just do need to make sure we've got enough. Okay. So what I'm going to do is taking my 0.6 wire. I've just got a little offcut here, so I'm just using that. You can go directly from the reel. And just go into, take all 3 wires together, keep them nice and flat, and wrap them now, just holding the little tail here, and just wrap in 1, 2. If you wrap a minimum of 4, and anything else is really decorative, really, okay? So this is the bottom part, so it's up to you how many you want. You might want there to be wire all the way across, it's up to you.
Right.
This is a thicker gauge, so I tend not to want to do too much wire on this one. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over, and what I want is both of the ends of my wires to be on the same side. What I'm going to do is lift this wire up, and I want to cut it about halfway across these 3 wires. So I'm just going to cut that, and I'm going to do the same with the other side. So it is important that these are done on the same side. Okay, so I hold that there, you should see the edges coming up. There they are. Alright, so when I take my flat nose, well, my chain nose pliers, and just crimp them down, they're just here and here, which means, you can see that there, that there's going to be no sharp edges overhanging. That's why. And it's going to go on the inside, so it's not going to matter too much, but it's just if you can get into that habit, making sure it's nice and crunched down, nice and smooth, turn it over, straighten these up, okay? Just, it's little things, you get into the habit of doing it as you're going along.
Cultivate the habit of
it just makes it look
flattening.
Squidging. Okay, so I've got the long nose pliers here, and I'm just going to hold in right across that little section we just wrapped, and take the outer wire on both sides.
How easy was that to lift for 2mm wire?
So easy.
That's unreal, isn't it?
And lift it up, and then the other outer wire, and lift that one up, and I'm just holding it over here. And the reason I've got my pliers in is it just gives me a bit of a sharper. If I pull it like that, it's just going to give a bit of a sharper angle, yeah. So you can see that there, okay? And then what I'm going to do is take my pliers again, so they've just crossed in between each other. You don't really want that. Again, take your pliers and just push the wire back, okay, to the outside, so you get that effect.
Ooh.
Do the same on the other side, so just turn it around, pop your pliers back in at the same point, bend it away from the wrap, okay? So you can just see that there.
It's like a bird.
Bird, oh, I guess.
Like the wings.
Seagull. Okay. Seagull. So one thing to make sure is that you are doing all of this with your wraps on the outside and your cuts on the inside, okay? And then just gently form a curve. Now obviously this is going to go around the outside of the stone. This is going to hold the stone in place. So just curve this to sit here, and then just gently with your hand mould them to sit up like this. You can balance them out and tweak them as you go in. Pop your stone in. Really push it to make sure it's nice and flush against that wrap. And then you can get an idea of where you want to do your next set of wraps, okay? Which will be there. There, so you can see I will wrap it here and here. Try and get them equal on the same side. And we're going to do exactly the same. I've just lost my 0.6. Could you just grab me the end, please? Thank you. And I'm just going to cut a little length of that off. And again, I'm just going to wrap. And again, on this side, we are going to make sure we do the same on each side. 3 to 4 is fine. Make sure your wires don't bunch up, like mine just did. And then you can move that, because mine's gone probably too high now. Okay, so you would just wiggle that down. Yeah. This wire is so strong I can probably get away with doing this without actually having that wrapped. So I'm going to pop it in. And pop it in there. Right, because I wrapped that so tight I can't actually move it down, so just be aware of that. If you don't wrap it too tight, you'll be able to move that actual wrapped section down.
Okay.
But I've wrapped mine too tight. So you can see there. So I'll just try that again very lightly. So a little bit further down. So this is where tension is quite important. So just wrap it a couple of times. So I'm just going to cut these on the outside because I want to get rid of the edges. But you know, you would do them on the inside exactly the same as you did before. Make sure that they're nice and tidy and there's no sharp edges.
Got a fresh bit.
No, I'll just use this, it's fine. I just need to be able to bind it together.
Bind it together.
Okay.
You weren't a binder before you met your husband, were you?
I weren't, no. I didn't actually know you could make jewellery when I met him.
Didn't you?
No. I was an innocent 21-year-old. Wow. I know.
How many years have you been married?
9 in August, but we've been together for 14 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, long time.
Wow.
Okay, so I just fiddled them there. So, I mean, obviously they would be done better when you were doing this. Now I'm just going to take the outer wires, pull them right down on both sides. Okay, now these would be lower down, mine are a bit too high, but it's fine. Pull them down, okay? So you can see it like this.
The front and the back are the same.
Yeah, front and the back are the same. Now these mine are far too high. They need to be a bit further down, all right? And then take your top two wires and just bring them together and pinch them together as close as you can to the stone. Okay? Take your pliers, pop them in and just wrap them around. Okay? Split them open whilst they're still being held. And then just roll them around and bring them back again. So they're back to the front. Take your pliers out so you're looking at that. Okay? Put them back in and then just roll those wires back around again and squeeze them together. I mean, I'm doing this really quickly. You do this properly and taking your time, it's going to look a lot neater. You get that double effect there.
Oh, I love that.
Trim the edges of those two and just gently roll them around and tuck them. They will hold just like that, so it's like a split ring from the side. That's what one's been done, one hasn't. So if I just show you on that one, just going to gently take that edge in. All right, you can spend a bit more time, but you can see. Then these sides here, so you've got your front and your back, so all I'm going to do is the front ones, I'm just going to swirl and go over the back and swirl and bring it towards the back. And then the back ones, I'm going to cross across the back here, or you can swirl them if you want to give a bit of support, just to hold that stone if you want to. And then just join in that sort of swirl effect there. And then the same on this side. I mean, mine I actually layered over, so I crossed it. One I haven't, on this one I have. So on this side I've just crossed over, on this side I haven't. So if I lift that side up, just cross it over there. Then you just bring them all those wires to the back. So that's the front. Turn it around, trim those wires quite short, and you just, to get rid of them, because they are thick wires, you're not going to be able to sort of tuck them behind another wire where you normally can with a thinner wire. So you just gently form a sort of a loop, so it's going to almost just sit against the edge, and it will, so you can either do it in opposite directions, or depending on how your pendant's turning out really. That one just fits nicely like that. So you turn it over and then you would just trim these ones. And this one I'll do in opposite directions, so do a little spiral just up like that, and then a little spiral just down like that, and turn it around, and there's your pendant. It's a bit wobbly, a bit wonky, but you get the idea.
Oh, we love it. That is brilliant.
And that's it. That's 3 simple ways of using the thicker gauge wire with the cabochons.
Love it or love it. You need to start making it now. You need the wire. If you've got the kit in your basket and you haven't already checked out, you got to check it out. It's about to sell out if it hasn't already. White shell I'm going to do for you really quickly now. Do you think it would go with this kit?
Yeah, I think so. You've got beautiful solar quartz, so really interesting, isn't it?
I love these. Totally genuine white shell. You get all that iridescence that you expect from a pearl. Oh, can you see that?
Stunning. Really stunning.
Can you see it there?
Not the same as we can.
No, the colours aren't coming through. You're getting the movement. It almost looks like a sort of silver, but we're getting lilacs and greens and pinks coming through. Everything you expect when you look inside a shell, like a top quality shell. You can see it slightly a little bit, really soft sort of green and pink and lilac there, just soft. Imagine that on every single one. totally genuine shell. What sort of price do you think we can offer? These are fab, 20 by 15mm. We're going to do something extra special. Whoa! That is extra special. $6.95. I don't think you know what to say about that, do you?
No.
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 No, I mean, you've got a really contemporary chain now, haven't you? If you just link some jump rings in between it, just put little head pins inside and make a loop either side of it, so you'll have little dots inside the shell, but link the loops with head pins. Really cool chain.
It'll look like almost sort of floating shell, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You can sort of miss the bit out in the middle, or alternatively, I had it a second ago, I've got some of this.
Ooh, lovely.
This is a brand new train for me. We're going to do it on the other side of a really short break. It's got 4 smoky quartz with a jump ring linking each section of chain. It's really special. I've never seen it before. I don't know if you have.
I've seen it once, and that was on a late show, just because it looked, I put a pendant I made with it, and it just looked amazing.
Did it?
Yeah, I had it with turquoise. And so again, it's that kind of sea colours, isn't it? Makes you think of holiday.
Oh, yeah.
Just lovely.
Do you think these would be able to work with these?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. You add that with that, and again, you've got that sort of
beachy holiday.
Yeah, nice.
Try and get these. Well, you can't. I can't believe they're only $6.95. Especially with the price points we've got. Yes, they're very, very limited stock. Thank you for asking. You get roughly 38 centimetres in length. I'll hold it up so you can see against maybe sort of a larger amount of skin tone. Dorothy's in, new callers are in, Joanne's in there as well. I've got Cushy in as well, Regulars, Fiona's in there as well. Great to have you. London, Midlothian, Yorkshire, Surrey, Gloucester is mobbed today. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Whether you're adding on to the same order that you might have already opened to yesterday, well, not yesterday because that wouldn't work, but if you joined us this morning on JewelleryMaker.com on the website, or 0800 644 655 just now, you can add to the same from this morning, or you can have a look through this morning and add anything that we've previously brought to you, or that lovely Carol's already brought to you, and you can add all day long, all the way up to midnight, I believe, one Jewellery Maker day. UK time wise, there are plenty on here. I'm just going to quickly count how many you've got, because for $6.95, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, roughly 20. Now, if you sold them for £1 each, you'd make profit straight away for just £1. I don't want to move on, but I'm going to have to, so we can fit in a second design inspiration as well as these smoky quartz after the break on the chain. I can't believe how long this chain is. I've managed to tangle it. It's that long. Gorgeous treat that I've got coming up for you, as well as more cabochons. I've got nugget bundle galore, plenty of treats, and then second design inspiration with silver aluminium wire and aventurine cabochons. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you very, very shortly.
Join guest designer Laura Binding on our intermediate wirework course. The aim of the course is to enhance your wirework skills and take your designs to the next level. You will learn more advanced weaving and binding techniques, which you can incorporate into your jewellery. The full course includes a selection of gauges of wire, a generous scoop of mixed gemstones, a copy of the Wirework Tutorial DVD Edition 3, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and chance to meet the presenters, and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just £79.95. To book your place, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
It's the versatility. You can do anything with wirework. You can make very delicate pieces, you can make huge, great big structural pieces. You've got so many different gauges to use, and we've got the twisted wire, you've got all the colours in it. It is absolutely amazing. I mean, if you go on the website, the range of products you've got in the wire is phenomenal. You've got something for everything. So if you're doing very delicate jewellery, and you can make it so delicate with the 0.25 wires for wrapping, or or you could do something like me with a big structural piece and you're using the 1.5 and the 1.25 wires for your frames, and then all the ranges in between. It's just, I enjoy it. I love it. It is, it's fantastic. You can keep going forever, you can do whatever. There's nothing that you can imagine that you can't make out of wire. Not that I've found yet, anyway.
Join the incredibly talented guest designer Alison Tarry in her very first wire sculpture DVD. In this edition, you will learn all the skills needed to create fabulous scrollwork designs, including a decorative bell, wire booties and an ornamental box. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
I've been staring at this for the past, well, the entirety of the break. This I love. I mean, I can't believe how long it is. I love the individual sections, making it so easy to work with. You're not going to have to wait for it any longer. Silver plating on top of your copper chain. This is a pure delight. Wait until you see this. In fact, we have guest designer Alan who's going to be joining us on Monday. And it'll be the first time I get the chance not only to work with Alan, but actually meet him, so I'm looking forward to that, very much so. And we've seen some of the pictures of some of the designs he's got, and I think this chain, what do you think, Kim? Do you think it would work really, really well with some of the design inspirations coming up on Monday? Really, we both really think you would need this as a sort of add-on to what Alan's making for you. These, we love. Sections, said that quite loud there, sorry, I'm just really excited. 4 individual faceted smoky quartz in rounds, or rondelles actually, 3x2mm. And they have a big, that's the door shut. They have a big jump ring in there. Who would have known you had so much strength, Laura? Those drawers are really stiff, aren't they?
Normally you're like that and it won't move, and then that one just went whoosh. Sorry.
I think Amelia was doing some drawer tidying the other day. Oh, bless you. So you've got your sections of chain in between. Those sections of chain are all the same. They're all 3x2mm chain, which is the same size as your rondelles and your stones. You can see they're all got a wrapped loop on them and secured onto that one jump ring. Then you've got your extender chain. Now there's 60 carats of smoky quartz here. There's a metre of your link chain, and that's including your jump rings. Now, for someone to take the time to wrap 4 individual smoky quartz in each single one of these sections, you are looking at hours and hours of hand craftsmanship. Now, these have all been performed by hands, all of these wrap loops, and they are so uniformed. You have got time-consuming setting, which you've not had to do, but you can still charge for. Now, these are being allocated, like, as I say, hot cross buns at the moment. You know the new ones that are out with bits of apple in them and cinnamon, like those. You've got Margaret in and Devon. I've got Dorset with us. I've got Eileen. I've got Greater London. I've got New College. I've got multi-bids in Manchester. Lots and lots of you taking the time to join us. What do you think we could do for a whole metre, silver-plated? It's where? Well, there you go. What sort of price point would you have expected? For £14 and just 95 pence, a full metre. Now, Laura, do you think these would be good to work and sort of cut into little sections? Do you think? Would they be easy enough with the jump rings to do that?
Yeah, I mean, you've got how many pairs of ready-made earrings have you got there?
Gosh, should I count them for you? But what, so you would do earrings with them, do you think?
Well, I'm just looking, I'm thinking, you know, as I said, you've got ready-made earring tassels there, like lengths of tassels. You can do different lengths of them. You could cluster a load of them together and have a real sort of statement piece. But what I discovered, as I was saying, I've only seen them once, and that was on the Late Show. And I don't normally do anything fancy. If I do a pendant, I just tend to put it on chain or a Viking knit. something like that, but I actually put it on there and it looked really nice. It's not something I would have thought of doing. So to have that, the little clusters of the smoky quartz, it's really added that extra something to the stone. So I would use it for that.
There's approximately 41 on there, as in 41 sections of 4.
Yeah.
You'll need to be quick on this one. It's being allocated very, very quickly. Ruth and Elaine have just squeezed in. Well done to you. Margaret, Iris and Stella showing an interest. Good luck. There's lots and lots of you on the web with it in your basket. Again, you've got to check that out. Add a jump ring on there, and that's you've got a full metre necklace if you fancied straight away. These jump rings, I'm going to do them for you now. I'm going to fire through quite a few treats for you and go through them quite quickly because I've got loads to write. In fact, what I'll do, I'll just open up the silver version. You've got all of the same in the rose gold and the gold colour as well. But if I tilt that up for you now, you can see I've just run through what you're getting in the silver, but you get all of that in the gold and all of that in the rose gold as well, all based on copper. Price should be £44.95. It's not going to be today, but that's what it should be. You get the box to keep. That's not just our display box. You do actually get this. You've got 100 in your jump rings. They're 5mm. You've got 100 in your jump rings at 6mm. 75 jump rings at 8mm, 50 jump rings at 10mm, 3 17 by 8mm S hooks. You've then got yourself toggle clasps, which you have 2 of, 10mm round and approximately 20mm T-bars. Then you've got 3 toggle clasps, which are 14mm round and a 20mm T-bar. And then you have all of that in silver again and all of that in gold. There's over 1,000 pieces approximately here for you. A variety of jump rings, a variety of twisted toggle clasps, as you can see, quite fancy indeed. Looks like a square wire twisted toggle clasp too. All of that in your sterling silver plating on copper, or your gold plating on copper, or your rose gold plating on copper. You get all of them. 2 different T-bars and jump rings, toggles. Let me show you the 2 in the silver, and the you get them, as I say, in the gold and the rose gold. As well as 100 of each of the jump rings of 5mm, 6mm, 75 of your 8mm jump rings, 50 of your 10mm jump rings, and your silver plated S hook. Let me quickly show you that. And that's everything. About 1,000 approximately. You've got plenty of jump rings, so you get 3 of these hooks for you, which we showed you a tool actually to make them yourself the other day. Brilliant tool we managed to get, but if you didn't manage to get that, this will be perfect for you. Oh, hello. So, 7 in each different colour. So 7 different treats, whether it be a variety of the jump rings. You get the box as well, the easy to open box. And oh, the graphics disappeared, we'll move on. Didn't even realise it'd gone. Right. I am not worthy. Sapphires, emeralds, and rubies. I have 8mm rounds in each. This is outstanding. Have a look and see. Very, very special for you. You have 10 classic sapphires. You have 9 classic emeralds. And you've guessed it, 8 classic rubies on this particular strand. Now you may get 10 in your emeralds, 9 in your rubies, and 8 in your sapphires. You are getting an entirety of 115 carats of the 3, the rubies, the emeralds, and the sapphires. Now, if you're not aware, which I'm hoping you may be, but if in doubt, or you're new to JewelleryMaker, or you're or maybe you're younger and you haven't had the opportunity of finding out about a variety of gems, rubies are usually red, ruby red. Emeralds are usually green, the emerald green city. And sapphires are classically blue. Sapphire coming from the Latin word sapphirus, meaning coming from blue. Now, You can get a variety of other colours of sapphires, but with your emeralds and your rubies, you're mainly looking for your green for your emeralds and your red for your rubies. Classic sapphire, most people, straight away, you're thinking instantly of this wonderful midnight, well, in this particular case, midnight blue. It's a deep, rich, dark blue. Now, some of these rubies have the most amazing star ruby beginning to take form. Have you ever seen a star ruby? They're exceptionally rare, exceptionally magnificent, and it's when you have an asterism within your ruby. And I can see it on this strand on 2 of them. You may see it starting to shimmer, starting to form. Now, I'm not going to offer it to you as a star ruby because I can't guarantee you will all get that effect. But the beauty is that is possible with what I've got for you here. Now, I don't have information on their treatment on these, but I'm imagining our Kimbo is going to check it out. Have you ever had, they're all natural, I thought that might be the case, and I'm thrilled to be able to say that. You can print off your authenticity certificate. I definitely would. How much would an average sapphire engagement ring be size-wise? What do you think? In fact, I met a lady the other evening, on Saturday evening, and she had the most beautiful sapphire engagement ring. No disrespect, but I don't believe it was as large as these. I think it was about a 6mm round, maybe 7mm. The average engagement ring solitaire is, on average, about a 5mm round. 5mm round in a stone, which different gemstones will have different carat weights. I have for you a huge quality, with so many of you putting it in your baskets, to own emeralds, guaranteed sapphires, guaranteed rubies, all totally natural. What you could charge for one of these in the middle of a pearl necklace, rubies and pearls, emeralds and pearls, sapphires, just one of them. We are going to take this to a price point where I feel personally we are far, far too low. Today is the first day I believe I've offered you an 8mm round ruby or sapphire or emerald, and I've got 10 in my hand. I've got 10 of the sapphires, 9 of the emeralds, and 8 of the rubies. But as I say, yours may be different. We have got pearls coming up later. We also have the beauty of pink tourmaline. We've also got fancy sapphires that you might want to incorporate these with. But what you will need to do is make sure that you get them. I appreciate you might look at this and think, oh, $79.95, I'm not sure. I saw the price on our sister channel. Now, our sister channel is brilliant. Superb. For one plain band ring, £77 in a gold band. Lovely. Really, really lovely. Great price point, I genuinely believe. But no genuine gems. Just a gold band. Now, I appreciate gold is going to be different from the price of sapphires, rubies and emeralds. But if you think about it, what could you charge, do you think, Laura, when you add a sapphire or a ruby or an emerald to maybe a pearl necklace or just a pair of sapphire drop earrings?
Well, you're just adding that elegance, aren't you? And like you say, people recognise those names, don't they? And if you've got just 2 of those, if I was using that, maybe, you know, the 95 gold-plated findings, sterling silver, so you're using your high metal, you could easily charge sort of like £40 for a pair of earrings with just 1 drop on, couldn't you? And that's just 2 of those gemstones. Because you've got that high end and you've got that quality, haven't you? And like you say, definitely have your certificate of authenticity with it. If you've got a little bit of sterling silver wire and you want just to add a little bit of detail, again, it all adds to the design, and people recognise that. They'll recognise the quality.
100%. I'm with you there, Laura. I'm going to have to leave those there because so many of you have it in your baskets. I don't have enough. Brand new cabochons again. You would think it was a cabochon show. Brand new bundle. We put these 3 together for you. Oh gosh, look at that labradorite. Woo! Super duper. Wow. Out of this world. Fasted as we had earlier with the rose quartz, with the magnesite, with the 2 agates, the green and the black. I've got for you labradorite here, as well as this one is lapis lazuli. Sorry, this one's labradorite if you've just tuned in. And then finished off with your red striped agate. Red striped agate is the 40 carats, which is quite uncanny. The 3 agates we had earlier were, 2 agates earlier were both 40 carats. And these 2 are 50 carats each. All 40 by 30, so everything that we had with the rose quartz earlier in the magnesite and the 2 agates, they all work as the same size. They're all faceted with the same brilliant facet on the surface. They're all going to be individual. With the natural markings in the agates, can you see how those markings on the swirling around one, the one behind me, are different to the ones that I have in my hand? The one that's swirling around almost had a sort of diamond shape to it, didn't it?
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Oh, see that? That looks like a perfect diamond. Do you see it in the agate?
See it. Yeah, you can see it on both of them, can't you? On the labradorite.
Oh, that's the facets reflecting in the life. In the light. Here's me thinking it was a marking. It did until you see the other Gosh, they're pretty precise marquise facets, brilliant facets, aren't they?
Yeah, they're stunning, aren't they? You've got to add them to your collection. And they're such a beautiful size, I think, to work with, because especially if you are setting out with cabochons, you know, you're getting used to working with that. You don't want to go straight into using the slightly smaller stones because they can be fiddly.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you're using those larger stones, it gives you a nice work area to work with, lots of space, and you can really create your design. You can either, you know, decorate the stone or just keep it simple and net it, or just cage it really simply, you know, just beautiful.
I think we need them then, don't we? So for the 3 of them, for a bundle, for a new bundle for today, £11.95 for the 3 of them. Not even £5 each. Should we stay there? No. That would be as if Easter wasn't going to be this weekend. Susan in there, Gail, Susan again, Vivian, doesn't matter if you don't celebrate Easter, we can celebrate with prices and you can take advantage. £9.95, you can pay that for an Easter egg these days. Goodness gracious me. Talking of Easter eggs, Coral, we love you. Did I mention we love you? Coral got everybody an Easter egg. Can you believe that? I can, because she's that lovely, but Coral, you're far too kind. Essex, Greater London, Buckinghamshire there, Nottinghamshire, so many of you coming through. Did you see the earlier cabochon bundle? If you missed it, you might want the 2 to go together. If I can find it. There we are. I think I'm some sort of contortionist. Trying to bend and all. So these are the ones. Now these aren't this bundle. Let me show you them separately. Guess that director Tom from the Late Shift entering the gallery. He's not even in the gallery. I can just hear him. These are the 3 from earlier. Rose quartz, 4 from earlier. Rose quartz, magnesite, and your 2 agates. These were all brand new today as well. Same sizes. If you want to find out those, they're on the website. The contact centre can help you with those, no problem. These, you need to be really, really quick. We've got a 15 strand nugget pack. Ooh, auga! All our nugget packs sold out yesterday. So I'm sure you can imagine these will too. These will work great with the silver aluminium wire that's coming up, but you will need to get a hold of them if you want to work with them. So check them out as soon as you can. I think you've got an outstanding, but I don't even want to know how many pennies that was per cabochon. Faceted cabochon. Low in stock. Hello, hello, hello. These are fabulous. Oh, you've got a lovely selection of sizes as well. Druzy. Oh, no, it's not. It's a crackled one. But that one's given a druzy effect on it. Ooh, love these. Citrine, clear quartz, lavender, amethyst, black rutile quartz or black tourmaline quartz, fancy jasper, clear crackled frosted quartz. That's this one that I was falling in love with a minute ago. You also have in there your multicolour crackle quartz, amethyst, lemon quartz, lavender amethyst, goodness me, rose quartz, peach quartz, labradorite, rose quartz again, and sunstone. Goodness gracious me. So let's put your rose quartzes together. There's 2 rose quartz on the end. There's your multicolour quartz. Oh, I love this one. There's your frosted quartz, crackled and frosted. Your amethyst. Your other lavender amethysts. Or that's lavender amethyst, put it next to it. Now this is an ametrine, this one, isn't it? It says amethyst. Described as amethyst, there are citrine properties in there as well. Talking of citrine, hello, how good is that? No, that's your lemon quartz, I was going to say. There's your lemon quartz. Yeah, here's your clear quartz. Yeah, I'm confused. I just need to check something a moment. There's your labradorite. There's your gorgeous, that's your sunstone. Sunstone, black tourmalated quartz. And then we have your fancy jaspers. And then your sunstone. Oh, peach moonstone, is it? Peach quartz, forgive me. Ooh, that's lovely. Now, there is a citrine strand as well. I'm just confuzzled because I now have two on my desk. I took one off the T-bar earlier, which was this one. Is this one that was the one... I have an apology to make because I didn't show you this one as our first opportunity. I don't know where this was. I don't know if it was on my desk and I didn't see it. But this was the one from the start of the show, which is actually bigger than the one that I showed you. So please accept my sincere apologies. If you wish to change your mind, it is a bigger carat weight than what I did show you. Although it is the same carat weight as what was on the screen. We're going to put it at the bottom of your screen for you. In fact, let me show you what I showed you. They're both gorgeous, don't get me wrong. I showed you this one because I took it off the T-bar, but this was the one that you should have been getting, so forgive me. So I'm going to put your citrine with this bundle. Forgive me. There we go. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Got them all. So, are you ready? Is that all we're looking for? Oh, £62 and 25 pence. What strand couldn't you find? Oh, the code from the start of the show. It should be on JewelleryMaker.com somewhere. We'll find it. We'll find it for you later. £45 is what we're looking at. £3 each. Giveaway or giveaway? I shouldn't say that, but I think it's allowed. What do you think? Carat weight wise, this is huge. This is where I need a calculator. Should we try and do it? 100 carats, plus 100 carats, plus 100 carats, 300 carats, plus 100, 430 carats. That was 130, plus 145. So that's 575 carats. Plus another 100, so that's 650. Oh my goodness me, 200 carats, that's 800, 900, 230, oh my gosh, you got about 2,000 carats there. About 2,000 carats. In fact, no, that's 300 and 350, you've got more than 2,000 carats. This is a huge bundle for only £45 at £3 a strand. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Check them out as soon as you can. So let me bring you the correct citrine strand from the start of the show. It's even bigger than what we were looking at, so forgive me. Same quality in citrine, to be fair. Amazing. Could you imagine this with the smoky quartz from earlier? £6 and 95 pence. 200 carats. They're 9 by 6 to 16 by 12 mil. Just going to lift that there, sorry Matt, and just put in those smoky quartz, because that together, when the smoky quartz was as affordable as it was for what you're getting, £6 and 95 pence for what you've got there. Phenomenal. I've got a trio for you now. It's the shell pearl trio that we started the show with. Let me show you here. I think these look scrumptious together. Together? Do you think? Would you introduce the silvers? The smoky quartz? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you want to keep it separate and have it with the golds. Continue it with the golds. It's deal-umlicious. But at that price point, you can't hesitate. You really, really can't. Oh, sorry if you've just tuned in. You don't know the price point, do you? Ah, are you ready? Are you steady? These are being allocated really good. Yeah, we took the 3 of them to $7.95. It's so wrong. It's almost right. So I'm just going to move your nuggets down there and bring these in for you. So these are brand new today. As for the nuggets, you can get them together. You can have them separately. It's up to you. I've just twisted those. Forgive me. Twisted again like we did last summer. There's plenty on there. You're getting yourself 38 centimeters in length for each strand. You've got the 3 strands As you can see, 6mm, 8mm and 6mm, 8mm and 10mm. You got all three sizes there as well. We don't give you a carat weight or a gram weight when it comes to shell pearl. And the reason we don't do that is purely because you haven't got one. It's shell. Check it out when you can. But at that price point, Gloucestershire's in there as well, Yorkshire out of Hebrides, lots and lots of you showing interest. In Alicante in Spain, Lynn's out there. Gata de Gorgos in Alicante. How lovely. Out in Zuid in Holland, great to see you all. Lovely to have you treating yourself. Add it to the same order if you fancy, or start an order. But to get that uniformity in size and in colour for only £7.95, when I'm sure you can imagine, well, I think we were only going to look for £11.85 singly, but at that price point, enjoy them. It's time for a really, really short break. Then I'll be bringing you our second design inspiration with the gorgeous Laura. Don't go anywhere.
JewelleryMaker offers an extensive range of creative workshops for all levels, from beginners right through to advanced. Each workshop is run by our approachable tutors who are all friendly, knowledgeable and are specialists in their field of expertise. Our popular courses are tailor-made to suit your needs and to help you get started with a new hobby or to advance your skills onto the next level. We keep the class sizes small to ensure you get plenty of one-to-one attention, so book early to avoid disappointment. For more information, contact our call centre or visit our website. Here at the Genuine Gemstone Company, we are happy to announce that our studio store is now open. If you attend any of our courses, you can now browse through special items, get exclusive discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Become an exclusive customer at the studio store. For more information on available courses and dates, please contact our call centre. The new studio store. The experience just got better.
The latest edition of the Lure Book is now available. This highly regarded gemstone encyclopedia features over 1,300 pages full of facts and knowledge. Discover the places, the people and the stories behind every gemstone. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. If you miss a JewelleryMaker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of JewelleryMaker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with JewelleryMaker.
Why, hello. If you've just tuned in, it's so good to see you. We have a really, really limited stock in this design inspiration kit, but before I bring it to you, I just want to really quickly show you this, because this is brand new with me today. Aquamarine. We'll bring it to you within less than an hour. In love or in love. Sterling silver chain, under £50. Totally natural aquamarine. I think I might just look after this.
It's ready-made jewellery now, isn't it?
Do you know what? I've got shorts and they don't even have pockets. Useless.
Bad planning.
I know. We have for you the ultimate aluminium wire. This has flown out on every occasion that we've had it. I've only got a really limited amount in the silver. I don't have as many in the silver as I did with the gold. Is that correct? So, so we've got a lot less, about half the stock in this. Silver aluminium wire. You saw how easy it was to work with if you watched the previous design inspiration with our gorgeous Laura, or if you watched on Sunday at the weekend, you'll seen Laura working with these wires as well. I can't believe how easy it is to work with. I can't believe it's 2mm gauge, and I can't believe I've got any available to you. I also can believe that Fleur keeps turning around to try and work out how she's going to get involved here, who's currently meant to be doing a workshop. I have in here 12 metres of your 2mm gauge aluminium wire. Now it's hot off the press. We only sort of first started to bring you the reorder, I think, on Sunday. You hadn't worked with it before Sunday, had you?
No, it was first time, so yeah.
A must now. I don't think you could go for it. Well, actually, to be fair, you're not going to have a chance because you didn't get it on Sunday, and if you don't get it today, which you can't because we're working, unless you've worked out some secret signal with Fleur, we're not going to get any of this.
No, it won't be a secret signal. It'll be quite blatant. I would just go out and say, "Get me the kit, please." There's nothing secret about it.
Oh, well, you need to be quick on getting this one because this is about to go. And the reason I say that is because we've got 2 different gauges of silver colour wire as well. Let me bring those in. 0.8mm gauge and your 0.4mm gauge. You've got 20 metres of those plus your 12 metres here, so that's giving you a total of 32 metres of wire in total, but 12 of them being the aluminium, 20 being your copper gauge. Copper with the aluminium next to it, so in total 42. 32, forgive me. And then you have these aventurine cabochons. Oh my goodness, an aventurine adventure. Fancy going on one? I think so. Now, let me just straighten this out. You got plenty on here. This is your silver coated pie, right? We need to get that price in. These are 30 what they're flying out the door. They're going to sell out. I'm going to move these cabochons out of the way because they're nothing to do with this. $34.95. Let me try not to drop that. Right. Oh my gosh, so there's the pie right that you're getting. They're 3mm round, 13 carats. I've got more in baskets than I have stock-wise. Cabochons, you have got yourself a huge selection. Shape-wise, I'm sure you've got a great variety. I've got a great variety here.
I've got, well, I've still got 4 left, and so I've got 2 ovals, a teardrop and a square.
Wow.
And then I've got in my second sample, again, you can see my variety. I've just got teardrops, I've got squares, I've got ovals, got everything. It's just amazing. Yeah, really beautiful. And it's really good if you're starting out with wirework because you've got pretty much every gauge that you need. You've got your 0.8, you've got your 0.4, and you've got that lovely silver aluminium. Yeah.
We're loving it. Just to let you know, the designs, there's the cabochons that you've got. There's about 730 carats of multi-shaped aventurine cabochons. Amazing. Aventurine from the feldspar family you may have heard of, labradorite family. Labradorite, moonstone, you've heard of sunstone, you've heard of it, peach moonstone, oh yeah, you know. You know the aventurine or the feldspar family. Aventurine is part of that family, so inclusions within it that can also make it sparkle just as you can, and just as you can see with the lovely, lovely labradorite. I love that. Sparkle. It's our gorgeous Claire. We had a lovely lady called Helen who used to work with us as a director, and anything that she saw that was sparkly, she used to just go, sparkle, in the middle of it, and Claire's decided to take over. I love that, Claire. Now what you have here, oh, this is a work of art. This feels like it should be in a museum. This isn't something you can just wear, but our Martha was wearing this around the office. I don't know how you managed to get it off her. Wanted her picture taken with it, didn't she?
She's had a picture taken with it, just because it looks different when it's worn as well than when it is on a bust. You know, when you see it against the skin, when you see it with an outfit, you get to see actually how it really does look, and I think that is quite important when you've got a statement piece like that. I mean, it is a statement piece, but it's got no weight to it. The only weight is in the cabochons that you've put in it, and you know, even some of the ladies in Flo's workshop actually held it, and they were genuinely surprised at how light It was, because they were like, oh, that's going to be, wow, that's really light. Because you can do that, because you've got that light wire.
Aluminium wire. This wire, I think, is a must. Well, we know it's a must. If you missed out on it on Sunday, or you fancy it today, you need to grab it as quickly as you can. They were flying out the door the other day. The fact that you're getting 730 cabochons with your 3 different gauges of wire, plus your 2 different types of wire, as well as your pyrites in there too. But for everything that you get, on the end, we saw how to make this pendant earlier today with the gold colour wire. So you already know how to make this. If you missed it, don't worry, you can watch it at a later date.
That's just a slight variation of the other one, like a non-hammered one. So, you know, again, it's just about moulding the wire to really grip that stone and then bringing it back around, and it will hold it.
Lovely or lovely. And it's great, that colour with the greens, isn't it?
Yeah, it really brings it to life, doesn't it? And then, yeah, just a little funky ring. That whole ring is made out of the aluminium. I realised, I don't think I actually used my 0.8 wire.
Really?
No, I don't think I did. I think I meant to.
That's one of your loves, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I meant to, but got so carried away with the aluminium wire, I completely forgot. I just stood in now looking, thinking, oh, didn't even use it. So I've got that in my stash. No, in fact, I haven't, but I would have if I was allowed to keep it.
If it was you, you would have it. Laura has to bring it back. Oh, you need to check out your baskets. If everybody checks out, then I don't have enough. If you do check out, then hopefully you managed to get one. Last time we had aluminium wire, it was multi-bids on Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody was getting more than one purely just to get the wire, I think. Cabochons, obviously, they're fabulous, but to get that wire, I think, is a must. We haven't really had the wire on its own at all. I don't believe it's only ever been in a bundle or a design kit. But to get yourself 30... Yeah, it's 32. I corrected myself earlier, but I was correct. 32 metres of wire, 10 metres in each of the 0.4 and the 0.8 mil gauges, which is your silver colour and copper wire. And then you've got in that aluminium 2mm, which you might be a little bit scared of. If you've ever seen the 1.5 mil gauge wire, you'll be thinking, there's no way I can work with 2 mil. How is that even going to work? When you see how malleable this is, but still strong, you're going to want to grab a hold of it. £34.95, 14 places left. They're going to fly, well, they are flying, as you can see, but they're not going to be there for long. Laura, well, we know what you're going to make. I know I do, but for you, this.
Yeah, it's
a variation on this, isn't it? You're not going to use as many cabochons, but we're going to show you how to use them.
I did pack the cabochons in there. I was like, whoa, didn't realise quite how big it was going to be, but you know, it is all about those statement looks, isn't it? You have those statement sort of, you know, imagine if you put some of those faceted ones in, or one of the, you had that green faceted one, didn't you?
The green
or the black agate one, just in the middle, and then had a couple around it.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I mean, you could really bling it up if you wanted to, or have it sort of a little bit more sort of organic. It's completely up to you. But what I'm going to do is, rather than show you that whole big piece, I'm going to show you a mini version of it.
Yep.
So just an idea of how you can create that, how you can sort of use your wires, where to use them, blending your weaves in from one to another, and just about being able to look at the piece, think, I've got my wires here, what do I do now? Because, you know, again, talking to people in Flir's workshop, they said a lot of times they just don't know where to go. You've got this piece of all these wires and you just don't know where to go. So I'm going to try and do like take you through as much as I can as to how my mind would think when I'm doing this, and how you can kind of just follow your instincts.
Right.
Okay.
Sound good?
Hopefully. Hope that's okay.
Yeah.
So this is my selection out of the second set. So I want to look. So when I did that one, I picked out equal teardrops and quite sort of equal sized and shaped ones. This one's a little bit more varied, and that's fine. But when I was planning that one, I was thinking, right, okay, well, I've got 2 pear drop ones there, so they're going to make a nice, look, cat's ears. The nice side there. You know, you've got your oval shapes there. You can have a focal one in the middle there. It looks like I'm making a face now, doesn't it?
It's like a butterfly.
Yeah, you know, and you can tweak it about, or you can put, and so really play about with it and be happy with how this design is going to be. Don't worry about it too much, but so you can get an idea. So if you're laying it like that, thinking, or you might, you know, play about and get this to sit exactly as you want it to. Because I'm going to do a smaller one, I'm going to just choose some different shapes. I'm going to just kind of do something a bit like this. So it's just going to be a bit of an abstract sort of pendant, okay? So what I'm going to do now, once you're happy with it, is So I'm going to create a frame, and that's just going to be the base that it's actually going to be able to sit on. Okay, I don't know if you want to turn the piece itself over just so that you can to show the back. It's not, considering the amount of wire work that's on it, that messy at the back. A lot of that is the initial framework, and if you look closely you'll see how it's framing the stones, and I'll show you that, and then the rest are just bringing a wire to and from, really. I needed a wire to go to one place to the other, so it just came across the back. But generally it's not too messy because the stones are actually supported by your initial frame. So take a long length of wire, again adjust this to the size of the piece that you're making. I'm going to leave myself a little tail because I had this as a bib feature in effect, but I'm going to just leave a little tail that I'm going to be able to hammer and spiral, and I'm just going to, using my hands, form or a mandrel or something to get that sort of shape, a shape that when I turn this over, this stone's going to be able to sit on. So tweak and adjust it so it's sitting on there. Doesn't matter if when you turn it over you can see the wire a little bit, that's not too important, but you do need to make sure it's going to support that stone. Then just going to bring that wire down across the middle, okay, because I want to get that wire back over to form a frame for these two sections. So that can sit on there like that, and again, yes, it's slightly raised, but you can bring that across the back if you wanted. Again, you can see how I just changed that so easily and it doesn't matter. And then that's going to sit nicer. So what I did was I took the wire behind this section here instead of over it, because then my stone will still sit nicely, whereas it would have been slightly raised if it was sitting on the other wire. So tweak that, and so now I might do this one here. So I'm just going to form a little loop, and that sits on there. So now I can see that and that sitting on there like that. So I'm just going to use this wire here to create the third one for this piece here. Okay, so you can see even though I cut quite a long length of wire off, just for those, it's still really not loads of wire. So if you're going to do a big piece, you need to allow quite a lot of wire to form that frame, because obviously because it's thicker, as you're every turn that you're doing, it really does reduce quite a lot more than the thinner gauges would, because it's got more sort of diameter to it. But it's just like that, and that's fine. Okay, so I've got that sitting like that and like that. All right. So if I'm happy that that's supported, there we go. So then, because I've got this edge here, when I was doing that one, I made sure that I had the end that side and then just mirrored it to finish on the other side. But again, it's about tweaking it and adapting it. So I would just take this end. Again, I've just trimmed that to make sure it's a nice straight edge. And I'm just going to do a little spiral just there, just to make it nice. So that is then, there's no sharp edges. Okay, take your hammer and block. I'm just going to lightly hammer these sections just because I want to be able to give it that little bit more strength. It's strong obviously, but being a little bit more malleable, I want it to just have a bit more rigidity to it. Sure. Okay, so just making sure all my wires are on the right, sort of all of the crossovers are all on the same side. So if I turn it over there, it's all, the wires are on the top, and over there all the crossovers are all on the back. And I'm just going to hammer. I'm not hammering any of these cross sections.
Because we were looking at that earlier and how that would sort of reduce and possibly even snap the wire. Yeah, definitely.
So there we go. It's only very minor, it's just to give it a little bit more sort of strength, and then turn it over. And what that will do is also change your layout. So, because it moves as you're hammering it, so just tweak it again a little bit if you need to. Okay, so bring that across the middle there. All right, it's like there, that's fine. So that one can go there, that one's going to go there, that one's going to go there. Now you can change your mind. You don't have to stick to the same ones or anything like that. You can just, you know, it will evolve as it's going along. Put that to one side. What I'm going to do now is start a new section which is going to start to hold these stones in.
Okay.
Now I've actually got here quite a high domed gemstone, and these two are quite low. So it'd be quite good for me to show you the sort of different hiccups you might encounter with these different depths. That, you know, you might need to make sure this is wider to really grip this stone in, where with this one you don't need it to be so wide.
Because you slimmer.
Yeah. So I'm going to take 2 lengths of wire.
Sorry, there's lots of people running about upstairs with them.
Sorry.
Fluffy
I just
ears
saw
on.
ears and then I just caught my eye.
Springy, flouncy, bunny, chicken ears.
Right.
They're a bit crazy upstairs.
So I'm just taking my 2 lengths of wire. Again, this is probably about 3/4 of a metre, is up to you. Now when I did that piece, I actually did one side, then I did and got as far as I could with that wire. Then I tried to mirror it, but clearly I can't mirror very well because I kind of put it on the wrong way round. So you'll see I did that side first, and then you'll see it is mirrored, just the opposite side.
Ah, okay.
So that was just me, and then I just thought, do you know what, it's fine. It works.
It looks lovely.
But, you know, so I started one side, and when I found I'd ran out of wire, I started the other side, and then I could finish the middle section together, okay? This one's smaller, so it's not too important, but just in case you think, oh, I can't work with massive long lengths of wires, you don't have to. Brilliant. So I used the whole 10 metres of wire up in that as well, by the way, of the 0.4 in that piece.
Ooh.
So,
and pyrite. Did you use all the pyrite?
No, I've got that much left. I know.
That's not far off most of it.
I know. And what I would have done, again, if I could have cheated a little bit and took a little tiny bit more wire, but I wanted to show it as it would be. I could have taken one more bit of 0.4 wire and just literally threaded them onto 0.4 and just really gone over the piece with it as well, you know, so it's, you know, there's loads of scope. So what I'm going to do is a nice, simple 5 and 3 weave. I'm going to alternate it. So I'm going to take one of my wires and a little tail. Just going to move these over here. I love the sound of that when you've got loads of gemstones and you just clicky kind of sound. Little tiny tail here. And I'm going to wrap this wire 5 times. 1, 2.
I'd love it too, by the way.
4, 5. Scrunch that little tiny coil up and put my second wire there. And these wires need to sit nice and close to each other. And what you'll see is that I'm actually working towards the end, and then I will need to move this wire down, but not too far down on this. Okay? So I'm going to wrap around 1, 2, 3 times around the whole of both of these wires. You can see that there. Okay? And so looking at the front, there's 3 across the front. So now I'm just going to bring the wire in between the 2 wires and wrap the top wire 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and scoot that little section up. So keep scooting this because it is on the thicker gauge wire. You do need to keep scooting it regularly. I'm just going to cut that little tail off, and then I'm going to take that wire and wrap it around both those wires 3 times again. Okay? And then I'm going to wrap it around the bottom wire again 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what you'll see is, if I hold it up, it's just kind of like a Celtic weave effect. Now it isn't, there you go, you can see it. Okay? And scrunch it up and you can get that effect. So I'm now going to go, if you're there, I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I'm going to just bring the wire. Sorry, I'm just doing this in backwards. Into the middle. And then wrap it around that top wire 5 times. Sorry, the bottom wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you'll see that pattern again. Give it a little scoot and you can see how that pattern's forming. 1, 2, 3. And then that top wire. And I'm going to just do this one more time. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that will be fine for now. I just want, you can do this as much as you like, but I just wanted this to be a pretty join on really and keep these wires together for me. So what I'm going to do now is move this weave down slightly. So to do that, you can either move the weave, but the best way is to take your pliers, your chain nose pliers, and just gently pull your thicker gauge wire through. Hold your weave just gently pull. It will move. There we go. Okay, and then straighten and neaten that back up. And then these wires here are going to go into a weave. All right, so because I've already got 5 on this side, where I've gone 5, 5, 5, I'm just going to go over to the other side and wrap 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then my wire's towards me in the middle, and I'm going to bring it over the other side 5 times. 3, 4, 5, and then back over to this side 5 times. And what you'll notice is that I'm literally holding it with my finger and my thumb here. That's the only place I've got any pressure, and I'm holding that weave. This wire, if you get, I mean, I have very hot hands, so if I was to grip this wire really tight, I don't want to do it on that because I don't want to ruin that bit, but if I was to hold this really tight, this wire's already really soft anyway, so if I'm holding this really tight whilst I'm weaving, as soon as I let it go, it's all sort of out of shape. Then I've got to try and straighten it, so now you'll start to see just the slight little wobbles in it. If you continue to do that as you're weaving, that is going to affect, and that's going to show in your design. So I'm trying to keep that wire as my contact as minimal as possible by just holding that one point there, and when I'm wrapping, I'm literally just pulling the weaving wire, so I'm just pulling it, letting it stop, pulling it, letting it stop, and then just scoot that up. And that's all I'm going to do. And then what I want to do quickly is with these wires here, I'm going to take one and I'm going to just join it around my frame, that long tail there. So to do that, I'm just going to hold it together and just literally wrap it.
It's unreal how malleable this is for anyone who's just tuned in. Director Claire's just joined us, and it's first time I think you've seen it being worked with. Is it Claire? Yeah, she's never seen it before. The first time Laura and I got to show it to you was on Sunday, and Claire's just going, that's so malleable for 2mm gauge. It's amazing.
It really is amazing. So you've got that wire coming across there, and then what I'm going to do now is this wire here, I'm going to continue weaving it because I want this to hold my frame. I'm going to start to hold that stone in place. Okay, so what I need to do is really open this section out because that's such a thick stone. Really open this out because this is going to sort of hug around the stone. On its own, it's not going to support it on its own, but it does need to give it a good support so that the additional work will really sort of set it in, but it does need to really secure it.
Brilliant.
Okay, so I'll let you do what you're doing and I'll come.
Well, I'll bring you quickly, just while Laura's going to continue with that, the same weave that you were showing us a second ago, so we've had a wee look at that, but we'll go back to it as soon as we can. I just want to show you a matrix box, and it's never been seen on the mid. I brought it to you, I believe, on the evening, and on the morning show it's been seen. So what you actually get are 8 individual designs. So let me tilt it up for you. Oh, I planned it all for you and they all fell off. There are 8 of them in total, 8 designs, but you get 2 of each. Now, the reason I've turned it this way is because some of them are sent with the loop, or the bail should I call it, sideways. So all of these sit perfectly as I guess originally how you would expect a pendant to sit, if that makes sense. So they make a gorgeous addition to the kit, especially if you think about the aventurine, the gemstone, how lovely that is. Lovely leaf colour, sort of angelic leaf wings that you're getting, leaves and wings that you have here. Now, I've then got these 4 designs, which I'll show you individually. That's design number 1. And these go on a different way. So you may want to put on a bail with those, or sorry, a jump ring through those. Is there a way you could work with them without? Now, 1 or 2 of them will fit through the aluminium wire. For example, this one will. They're all fitting through the wire from this kit, because I got this from Laura's little stash actually. Sorry Laura, I borrowed your, I think it's your 0.8, I think. And the 0.8mm fits through all of them. So you get this design, which you get 2 of each, so you get 24 in total. There's 8 designs. You've then got this one. Try and separate it for you so you can see. This one. Angel, I was trying to say angelic and angel wings at the same time. And then this final one, plus, it's got a lovely wee heart in the middle, can you see that? And then these 4, which if I flip them round, I think they would be really gorgeous charms as well.
That's what I'm thinking, charm bracelet, or like I quite like just doing chain, a featured toggle clasp, and then just having some more chain with some charms, and that would look really lovely with a splattering of little gemstones and some charms.
Oh, I love the sound of that. 3 of each, forgive me, not 2 of each. What planet am I on? I'm trying to keep one for Laura now. You get 3 of each design, forgive me. So some of the bales, 4 of the bales sit one direction, the other 4 sit the opposite direction. You get 24, never been seen on the mid-show. They are fantastic. I'm thinking summertime festival sort of headpieces that you're getting. Not wanting to give away too much about Monday's show, but they will, I think, look lovely with some of the designs. They will look gorgeous over some of the cabochons. Do you think you could sort of drop them into the design?
I've done this, yeah, it does, it works. If you almost sew it, they would go beautiful in that. You could just sew it as you're going along. So if you see here, this little section here, maybe you could sew it across and just literally kind of secure it into the design itself. Go with the sort of curve of the charm, and actually see how that sort of hugs inside.
Yeah.
And you could just, that would really add that little bit of different feature, wouldn't it? It'd look gorgeous.
I'm going to move those 2 at the side, because that's gorgeous, following the groove. Get into the groove.
Yeah, just like that. And again, you could just sew that in at the top and just make sure it sits. You know, and you could just have it on the drop of a pendant. So you say on the front of an actual pendant, you know, there's plenty of opportunities. If you look at that one over there in the middle on the tool bust, it's got a spiral in the middle. Just attach it to that on a jump ring and just have it with a bit of movement.
Gorgeous. And also just thinking, because you get 3, you can make pairs of earrings, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. I would wear them every day. I love little simple earrings like that.
Lovely. Detailed, you can add them into whatever you fancy or not. For $9.95 you get 24, 8 different designs, 3 of each design. Goodness gracious me, even if you sold them for what, £1 each, you'd make profit.
Yeah.
That's 40 pennies each plus the matrix box. Love, 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 love them. Have you got a favourite out of the 8? I think mine's the top one in the middle.
Yeah, I like that. I like the sort of the almost like fairy wings. They're angel wings,
yeah,
aren't they? But I like the wings and I like the feathers.
They're gorgeous.
I think they're all gorgeous.
Quite like that curvy feather.
Yeah.
This one, like a quill, is it? Oh, try and get them. First time they've been seen on the Design Inspiration show, but they have been seen on the morning and the late, and they have been exceptionally popular. I believe it was myself that brought them to you in the late. I love, love, love the fact that we've got them, but I also love the fact that Laura's still working on a Design Inspiration, so we can have a continue with that, actually, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I've done is I'm just at the moment, just to keep this little section how I secured the wrap to it.
Okay.
I've just literally moved and bent the frame wire just to the side, just to lock this wire, stop it moving. And I've just carried on weaving down. I'm just placing the stone. It's not in any way held, but I can get an idea now, so I can see how this is starting to come around it, and I can adjust it if I need to. So I can think, well, I need to sort of open these wires a little bit more to really make sure I can get that stone captured. Now what I've done, you see, is I've added a little pyrite, so I'm at a point now where I can add another one. So I've just done another couple of plain wraps in between, and then I'm just going to pop on another stone, feed it on. Now on here I might put 2 on. If the gap's bigger, put 2 on, you know, graduate it out, do whatever you want really. There's no right or wrong or any pattern. So I'll pop 2 on there because that sits nicely now, see?
Oh yeah.
See that fits nicely in there?
It does, it's lovely.
So then again I'm just going to holding that with my fingers just to secure it. Wrap it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the wire down. 1, 2. Now I'm going to just stop here because I want to show you what I've done here. Can you see what I've done where I've stitched the frame? So I've continued on a wrap, but then I've just stitched the frame in twice.
Yeah, you included that.
Yeah, just to start to give it some support and stability, and I don't want this to pull away, so I need it to really be locked in. So anytime you see an opportunity do it, just stitch it in. So here, I can see I've got my framework here. So all I'm going to do on my next, I've done 2 around the wire on its own. Sorry, it's sneaking. There we go. And then you can just attach that to the frame then, see? Put it nice and tight. And then just go back to wrapping that 1 single wire on its own again. And that now, if I put that down, it's completely set to the piece, it can't move.
Yep.
So again, keep putting this in. If you need to tweak this, take your pliers and just gently straighten it around a little bit to get it to sit, sort of almost stand up as a frame. Pop your stone in. So I can start to see now that that's giving it a support around the edge. It's not holding it in, it won't hold it in, but it's supporting that frame, because we can use an additional wire in a minute, or we can use this one. So when you're happy and you've got a natural sort of, don't want to go any further, what I'm going to do with the bottom wire is just bring that down to here, so that might do something later on. Okay, and this wire here, I'm just going to bring my wire up, and this is exactly how I did the initial part of both of these sides. Take that stone out if it's getting in your way, and then just coil a little bit of this one here. You don't have to do loads, up to you if you want to coil all the way around or just a little bit. And then cut your wire, okay, pop your stone in, and then I'm just going to form it around, so it is a bit slippery to start, only at the beginning. So I'm going to form that round like this, so now it's starting to hold that stone in now, so I'm starting to give it a little bit of support. Trim the wire here, and then just whatever you want to do here really. I just went for a little spiral, oops, just to sort of decorate. Now that hasn't been secured or stitched in because it actually doesn't need it, because it's such a solid wire. Okay, little ends, whenever you cut any of these ends, that's just where the wire was cut, make sure it's cut to the front and just tuck that little edge in. You don't want any sharp edges.
Yeah.
So now that on its own is starting to give it some security and some support. Then you've got these lovely sets of wires here that you can start to work on. So again, I will just pick up a little bit of a natural, exactly the same, but I think I'll probably do 3 weaves on each side.
Okay.
Okay, so there's 2 choices. You can either cut a length of wire, or you can put your beads onto the wire first. But I find by cutting the wire, it gives you the opportunity to stitch it if you need to, which you can't do if it's on the reel.
Ah, okay.
So only about 1 metre. You can always add in if you need to, okay? And then I'm just going to take that wire. What I'm going to do is just put that wire across there just to get it out of my way. I can still move my stone out because it's not until I start to set it in that I don't need to worry about it. 1, 2, 3. Now this is one that you will find yourself having to hold it up with long lengths of wire. You can, when you're not working with a pair, move them and then bring them back in. But because of the nature of the design, it is something that you just have to sort of work around. Yep. So I'm going to do 3 on one side, go round to the other and wrap 1, 2, 3. So it's exactly the same, wrap them 3 times instead of 5.
Okay.
All right, so if I just carry on with that, you can add beads if you want to. I'm not going to because I don't want to waste time adding beads, but this is where, as it graduates out, I just added beads in, so I went sort of stepped them up. You can see how it sort of went to 1, 2, 3 down that section there. All right.
Will I quickly show you some captions then while you do that?
Yeah, you go for it.
Sure. These I'm in love with. I think I wore the right top for them today. What do you think? Yeah? I have to try these on. This is my favourite. It's hard to have a favourite because they're all gorgeous, but this one makes me think of a little scene. Makes me think of it as a picture. I think it's fantastic. I'm over the moon with these. The quality is stunning. These are honey dendritic agate. Now, what does dendritic mean? It's a dendritic inclusion that makes it called dendrite agate or opal or whatever it may be. So if you have a look at the inclusions, this one actually is one of the best of showing it off. The inclusions, the black that you're seeing there, look like sort of moss or leaf or fern shape in their formation. So that's what a dendritic inclusion is. And when you get that, you then therefore have dendritic gems. So this is a dendrite agate with the honey quality in it, with the honey goldens and beiges and caramels. Lovely or truly scrumptious.
They're amazing, aren't they? I love the fact that they've got all that interest on them, see? That's the kind of thing that's going to get people's attention, because they're going to say, wow, what is that? So it's so different.
Look at that one. They're just delicious. Each one is totally individual. Now, originally with dendritic opals, which were the sort of first dendritic gems that most people used to sort of see and talk about, what you were looking for was a scene, almost like sort of Japanese water painting, and that's what everybody looked for. Now these, the fact that we're getting the luxury of having them in different colours, I mean, I don't believe I've ever offered you dendritic honey agate before. I've never seen it before. Doesn't mean obviously that it's not an amazing gemstone. Heard about it, but never ever had the pleasure of presenting it. And I've been here 9 years, so it's a long time to be presenting 4 hours a day, pretty much most days of the week for 9 years, 52 weeks a year. It's a lot of weeks, a lot of days, a lot of hours presenting live TV to not have ever brought you dendritic honey agate, isn't it? I mean, it's a long, long time. I was calculating the other day how many thousands of hours of live TV I've brought you. It's crazy. And to think that not in one of those hours have I ever brought you a honey dendritic agate.
That's madness.
In any shape or form. Not even in a nugget or anything else. These are the first time ever that I've been able to bring you the dendritic agate in the honey form, and they are just delicious. Can I say delicious anymore? If you're a regular viewer, you'll know this, so please forgive me, but as a new viewer, I just want to make sure you're aware as everybody else. What you get here is you get yourself a set carat weight, but you may get yourself a different quantity of gems, because you might get some bigger ones, you might get some smaller ones, but you will be guaranteed 700, or you are guaranteed, should I say, 740 carats. All cabochons, which mean they're all flat at the bottom, dome-like at the top, all polished for you, which is why you get that lovely luster, but they could be any shape. So a cabochon isn't talking about the outer shape, which, for example, this one is a triangular shape. It's actually more of a fan shape, it's slightly curved, isn't it? But it means the bottom is flat and the top is dome-like. Now, that's not the biggest dome in the world, but as we were hearing earlier, it makes it quite easy to set.
Yes.
Some of the slimmer ones. So, you're going to get yourself 740 carats of the first time ever that myself or Kimbo or any of, I believe, this team have ever seen. Yep, Matt's nodding to me with a face of, I've never seen that before. Yeah, yeah. We should be where? $21.95, a huge carat weight, a gem that I've never ever offered you, a gem that well, as many of you know, as an accredited jewellery professional working not only here at the Genuine Gemstone Company, but the GIA and other companies as well, Gemological Institute of America, I've never ever brought you honey agate, dendritic agate ever. It's amazing, it's something you need to try, and it's only for $17.95 today. We've reduced the price for those of you taking the time to join us in the cabochon show. We've had lots of lovely cabochons today, we really, really have, but when it comes to sort of individuality, I think these and the zebra jasper sort of really stole the show, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know you said about, you know, the size of them. I think they're absolutely perfect size-wise, because they're perfect pendant shapes, they're perfect pendant sizes. Some are a little bit larger, some are a little bit smaller.
Got a good selection, haven't you?
You've got a good variety there, because as I mentioned, you know, people have different tastes, people have different styles. You know, I don't tend to wear big, I say that I've got quite a chunky pendant on now, but I don't tend to wear generally massive sort of pendants, but then, you know, Gemma Crow's got an amazing agate, or amazing cabochon that's about this big, and she's just simply caged it, and it looks amazing, and she wears it all the time. So everybody's got a different taste, to have that scope and variety.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant.
And with colours that are so easy to wear for everybody, the beiges, the caramels, the toffees, so latte tones in there, the creams in there, this will sell out, because I've got lots and lots of you already who's got it. A third of the stock's already gone, The other third of the stock is in web baskets, not to mention those of you who haven't even thought about picking up the phone, so do get them before they go. You can add them to the same order as I suggested earlier, or you can join us on JewelleryMaker.com on the website, 0800 644 655 for £17.95. Anne's out in there, Vivian's there, Sharon, Loretto is in there as well. Morag, you've got yours, Stephanie's in, Susan's in, Sarah's there, Anne's in, Susan, Hazel's in, Elaine, Sean, Christine's there, Morag's there, Nicola's there, Gail, Patricia, lots of you showing an interest. Gillian's in, I've got Geraldine showing an interest to join us as well. I've got Anne who's got hers, new colours in Hampshire. Lovely to see you. I don't have many left, so I'm just going to leave them with you. LVNV07, that's LVNV07 in the code on that one. Try and get it before it goes, because well, it's going to go, so hopefully you get it. It's gorgeous. And I'll let us get back to you.
Hello. Right.
Hello. How you doing?
You can see how quick and easy this builds up.
Oh yeah.
So it's because it's such a lovely thick gauge wire, it will just literally, it builds up in no time at all. I mean, don't get me wrong, that piece did take me quite a few hours to do, because it's one of those where you have to, if you're not sure what you're doing design wise, it will create itself, and you have to just kind of look at it and think about it. So what I was looking at this, and this is why I wanted to do this, to show you the hurdles that you'll get. So you look at that as a pendant on its own, it's just so easy and versatile. But what happened with that additional wire, so I'll just undo it quickly. I've started to stitch it, but you remember this wire that we had here coming out of this set of wires that we were weaving, and we got one that I spiraled up here and one that I just sort of twisted behind the behind this section here. So you see it there. Now what I decided was this stone needed a little bit more support on the back, because that was the only support it had there. So I've just literally bent that wire along and brought it up, and now I can just wrap it around the top there, so that looks like it's just come across. It looks like it's part of the design and it's supporting that stone. And then what I can do is just trim that wire and just sort of blend that edge in. And so that's now looking like it's part of the design at the top. And if you turn it over, that stone has got that little bit more support. So that's why I was saying it's quite important as you're doing this to make sure that your design can change. That wire's gone as a backup for over here now, but it's supported the back of this stone because it was larger than I had sort of allowed for, or my shape had got misshapen as I was going along. And again, as I've been weaving down here, I've actually used that to stitch to anchor this section here. And you'll see now, I'm just woven down to here. What I'm going to do is just bring this along the bottom wire and just wrap it just loosely around here. It's not wrapped completely, it's just sort of hooked. That will then help me with my next stone that I set. But what it's also done, as it's done that, is along the bottom, if you can just see there, so hold it up, it's just added, because again, because it's so thick, it's added a support around the bottom. Can you sort of see that? Just there. So it's actually gone around, and again, it's just given that little bit of support to the stone. So that stone's really going to struggle to go anywhere now, because it's held in quite securely. Okay, and then that's just hooked underneath there. All right, so then this wire here, again, it's up to you, but you might just want to just gently curve it up. Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, bless you.
You snuck up on me.
Oh, bless you.
Hi. Sorry.
That was the cutest sneeze I've ever heard in my entire life. Don't apologise, I love that.
I was trying to stop it.
Oh, that was too cute.
Sorry. Okay, so you can see there, I've just curved that wire up just so that it's holding it there. And that stone is actually held in place. Okay. Now what I've done, with that tail wire, I've actually caught mine up by mistake. What I would have done is that wouldn't have been caught up, because I wouldn't have added that extra bit in. So what I'm going to do is just bring it back down through a gap, and then if you felt there was any sort of weak spots, like in the corner of that one, because it's teardropped, I felt there was a slight weak spot, like a slight gap. So I took my 0.4 wire and just sewed a couple of the little pyrites into it to block that gap.
Okay.
To give it a bit more stability. It was fine, but just to really lock it in and make sure that it wasn't going to go anywhere. But that's because of this, can you see? So it just blocks it in that little bit more and just makes sure that it can't go anywhere. So, but because of the shape of this one, it's actually held in really nicely, so I don't need to worry about that. So I'm just going to get rid of that tail. Again, as I said, you could take an additional piece of wire and sew that if you wanted to, pop a pyrite in there if you wanted to. So now you've got your second set of stones. Okay, so this is just here and it's just holding that there. So for now it's just going to stay there. So let's look at our design, because this has moved. As I've been working with this, it's moved about now. So it's kind of lost that initial design that I did. So you need to just give it a bit of a tweak and get it back to how you wanted it, or play about with it so that you're happy with it. So now I can see my stones there. I'm just going to place that stone there. I will be honest, because I had ran out of 0.4 and knew I was running low, I would have probably done a few more weaves within the piece. You know, if I'd had, I mean, a little bit, yeah, or you know, 50 metres, say, or 20 metres even, I would have probably maybe just embellished a little bit more with some more weaves, but then quite like the mix of the bare and the woven sections as well.
It's lovely.
So if you thought, well, I don't like all that bare wire, and you've got the wire, then just, especially if you're doing a pendant like this, then just weave every section you want. Or coil
and
it.
if you got the whammer earlier, could you just sort of wham some sections and do a wee bit of sort of, could you not do it if they're all being kept in? Could you do like
you
a
could,
bit
like here, if I wanted to hammer
you put it
this
over
bit.
the top of it.
Yeah, again,
And then you can give a mix of the,
mix
the
of the
weaving and
textures.
the different techniques that you've shown today. Incorporate them all within.
Yeah, I mean, it's
maybe
just
a bit glamorous, but
it's just a play about pendant, really. So I'm just flattening that a little bit, just because I want it all to sit nicely. Just took my pliers and just flatten that section there. I'm popping this on now, so that sits a lot better now. And I'm actually just going to take this wire and a bit of a mix of what we did earlier, hook it in, just to really hold it. Okay, and then again, bring that where you think it's going to work. So I've just brought that, if I show you the back, so I've just brought that around the back there, back to the front there, and I've got a nice opportunity to bring that wire, so really hold it in. I mean, there's going to be points where your stones won't be secure, but if you've got a partial lock, then you can start to secure it with additional, So look at your wires now. I'm looking here, and I'm thinking, well, I've got these two wires here which would work well together, but as they stand, they don't look very pretty. If I was to start weaving, it's not going to look too nice. So I'm going to take this top wire, and then just bring that behind, and now that's going to meet that wire there nicely. So now I can start weaving again if I wanted to, and you do any weave you want. You don't have to do a woven like a figure of 8 or anything like that. You can do whatever weave you want. You could just fill all of that. See, that's not secure, but we know that. And you could fill all of that up with the little pyrites if you wanted to have that splash of pyrites going across the front,
or the little leaves that we've just had.
Yeah, anything really.
Feathers.
So then I can then place this stone in, because again I need to start setting them all in. So what I would do is have that. Now imagine I'd woven that, or even not weaving it, it still looks nice. Just like that, see? So, you know, it's nice to have that mix of textures, and you could, if you did that and thought, I don't like it, I could straighten that back out and weave it. Okay? So you do need to make sure it's secure, and there'll be plenty of opportunity to go back over and secure this should you need to. So if you felt to try and get these wires back over here is going to be too tricky, then, you know, add a new piece of wire in and tweak it that way. But you're going to then add, because bear in mind, as I said with mine, I actually did mine in 2 halves. So I had 4 wires, because when they both met into the middle,
You had the ends.
I had the ends of each that I was then able to bring together and create more texture in the middle. So if you felt, do you know what, I need to add another piece in, take your wire, take 1 piece of wire maybe. In fact, I did do this in one section. If I can grab the necklace, I can point out where it was. I did it. Here. So I actually folded this wire in half. Can you see that where I've got my wire there? See how it's looped? I folded that in half and just started a weave. And then when I sort of started the weave, I just secured it to the wires around it, and then just treated it as if it was a pair of woven wires. So if I give you that back,
Yeah, for sure.
If you think, oh, I want to add some wires in, but I don't know how, I don't want to do spirals, because, you know, spirals are always good to start wire, because you could hook it in with a spiral.
Oh yeah.
And then continue on. But if you think, I really don't feel like the spirals are appropriate, you can do it like this instead. So just literally fold that wire, place that wire in here, and then create your weave, and then fold that over your stone like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you could have a weave
And then
across.
that would be woven and woven across. I mean, I'm not going to do it, but you can get the idea. So held like that. Can you see the foundations of how it would work?
Yep.
And you know, I literally added a stone as I went, added a stone as I went. And I, like I said, I did go from one side to the other and then brought mine into the middle. And the final one that I set was the long thin one in the centre. That one there. Because, you know, and as you're going along, you might feel, actually, I don't need that one. But I played about with it and got it to sit how I wanted it to. When you've got the ends you want to get rid of them, you can bring them up into a spiral. There is a spiral there. That is quite an obvious spiral, and then I've brought a wire up through it to really link it in, so you can see it just there.
Which one is that there?
Yeah. So you see the spiral as an end wire, but at some point I've had another wire and I've fed it through, and that's then locked that spiral in place, so it can't go anywhere. It can't pick up. So again, when you're ready to finish them, you can either just finish with a little spiral, or you can find a place on the back and then just literally do a flat spiral on the back, because it's so thick it's not going to pick up, and that's pretty much it. And then with this wire here, obviously they're not connected, that's fine. With this wire here, you know, for that one I just did spirals and hammered it, and then I've just fed the chain actually through it.
Oh yeah.
And I chose that chain because I felt it balanced out the look of the piece, because it had that sort of more industrial kind of look.
Yeah.
If I had one like this and I was just doing this as a pendant, I could literally just roll it over and have, or I could get one of these wires to find its way back up here and do a woven bail. So, you know, there's lots of scope for how you could treat this, but I just want to try and give you an idea of how you could
How you would think.
multiple cabochons, but not in a traditional way as such. So hopefully
Laura,
that
it
makes
was
sense.
fabulous. I loved it. Everyone in the gallery is going, Laura makes it look so easy. I feel like I could actually just do that. I genuinely think I could do that. Yeah? You giving it a go? Brilliant. Now, in saying that, it wouldn't be a cabochon show if I didn't bring you 3 more cabochons, would it? If they were brand new, would that be all right? Let's squeeze these in for you. 3 brand new. Now, these are very elegant in their shape, aren't they?
They're beautiful. I love that shape of cabochon. It just sets it off, and it does look high-end, especially because it's faceted. It just looks beautiful.
Do you think Kimbo wants to get 2 sets and make pure earrings?
Possibly. You could just net them and have really elegant drops. Imagine, that would be beautiful. Oh, we want some now.
I want some.
We need to get a couple between us.
We want some. Can I have the pinks? You want
You
the
can
blues?
have the pinks, I want the blues.
Kimbo was like, I want the blue.
Well, you can have the blue. I'll have the red, because I like red as well, and I would put it with copper, and then I would be happy.
Oh, we would all be happy.
We'd all be happy.
We want you to be happy too. Right, let me get you sizes. So they're 40 by 14 millimeter, which is a very, very elegant length. It's an elongated pear shape, as you can see. Obviously, I'm going to pick up my favourite, which is going to be the rose quartz. Elongated diamond shapes faceted into the surface, known as a brilliant facet. I have 10 carats in each one, so 30 carats in total. I'll just bring you each one individually. Oh, hello, hello. Forgive me, my finger. I know it's cut. Well, it's not actually cut. It was my Joey first time ever nibbled my finger.
Oh no.
He didn't mean to. I was holding an apple, pretty much like I'm holding this. I was watching the telly. He was nibbling all the way along like a typewriter and got to the end and half the apple and half my finger. I was like, ow, what's that? So yeah, my finger got nibbled. It's all good, but I do apologise. It probably can't. It doesn't look very attractive. Doesn't help that I'm left-handed either. So you're getting 3. Can I? No. So 3 of them, 40 by 14 millimeter. You get. Yeah, I know, nearly. It's so close yet so far. All of them are there for you. Are you ready to treat yourself? Oh, ho, ho. $9.95 for the 3. But they're brand new. Look at the quality of those. You wouldn't think that was $9.95 for 3, would you?
No. No, and if you bought 2 sets and did make a pair of earrings out of 1 pair, you could probably charge about £20, £25 if, you know, for them, because you've got a substantial weight there, and, you know, they're not going to be heavy in your ears because you can keep it quite simple. Well,
She's gone again. Someone needs to control her, Kim. It's because she's got the Kindle.
We'll have 3 then, please.
Yeah, we'll have 3, please. 3 for us. 30 carats, 10 carats in each one. That's easy enough to remember, isn't it? But you've got an authenticity certificate printed off as and when you can. Join me in the phone lines or on the web, whichever is most convenient for you. Whatever you do, do not miss out, because these are fabulous. First time I've ever seen this sort of elongated, like, well, these are brand new, but I mean in general. Flat bottom, as you can see, without the faceting, and then the faceted surface. Pure luxury, these. Wow. So that would look lovely with this sort of leopard print. Can I try it on?
Do you know, it is, and I've only ever worked with them once on a designer inspiration. I had the black either onyx or agate, and it was exactly like that, faceted, and I did some a scroll work kind of bib, and just had one of those at the very bottom. So it was a silver wire scroll work kind of bib, which is one of those set at the bottom, and it just looked so stunning because of the silver and the black, you know, and that would work with any of those colours, you know, because it's just quite striking, and it's just a stone, so you don't have anything to distract from it.
Yeah.
I just think I'd have to get a couple.
I think we need these. I quite like the red with the beiges and the blacks.
I like
and the
red.
toffee colours.
I would put it with copper.
Yeah?
Yeah, put it with some, trying to find some copper wire.
We fancy
Look,
it.
pot that with that.
Oh, yes. What do you think? 100% yes? 100% yes. Gorgeous.
Lush, isn't it?
For $7.95, you would think that would be 1. You get all 3 of them. I'm going to leave those there with you. On the other side of a very, very short break, I'm going to bring you, I think, probably my favourite, and I did love the silver one yesterday. I absolutely did. I don't know if you saw, we had a silver pyrite chain yesterday. Oh my gosh.
No. Only because it was my son's birthday and I was down soft play
at
his request.
I love that. 5 years, was he?
5, yeah, 5 years old.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I know, I can't believe it. I believe he's 5. I did tell him it was his birthday, he didn't have any presents though, because it's April Fool. I was like, you don't have any presents.
Do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
He didn't believe me though, he just went, yeah, I have. I was like, fair enough.
Fine. We're going to have a really short break, and we'll be bringing you more treats on the other side. I've got about 55 minutes left, so I'll jam in as much as I can, and we'll make it a little bit of a party. Fancy that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and I'll let you work in your challenge too.
Yay.
Laura, thank you so much. We loved it. We'll see you in just a sec.
Join Gemma Crow and take your wireworking to the next level by learning how to use our higher gauges of wire with ease. Develop new skills that will enable you to successfully manipulate, texture and shape your wire into strong, durable and beautiful jewellery. This course includes a selection of wire, 20 pieces of sterling silver flat head pins, a strand of large gemstones, use of all relevant tools, buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and a visit to our Gemporia museum. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. JewelleryMaker, bringing out the designer in you. JewelleryMaker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
I like the fact that it's a really versatile medium, that you can, you know, you've got no restrictions with it. You can create lots of organic designs, but you can also create a really structural designs as well if you want to. You can mix it with all of your different techniques. You can mix it with polymer clay, with kumihimo, with macrame, you know, and it's just so versatile. You can just do so much, and there's just no limit with it. Join guest designer Alison Tarry on her Wire Brooches DVD.
Get creating stunning designs in no time at all as Alison guides you through a step-by-step guide to create these fantastic designs. The easy-to-follow steps shown on the DVD will make you feel like you have your own personal tutor and will show you the best techniques to get you started. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
Did you know that if you go to JewelleryMaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you will receive 20% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, theme shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Come and join guest designer Mark as he shares his passion for beautiful jewellery making with genuine gemstone chips and nuggets. You will learn various techniques including colour grading, how to triple plait, create stunning memory wire bracelets and earrings, as well as how to incorporate macrame into your designs. The full course includes a selection of gemstones, memory wire, threading materials and findings, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and gemstone museum, and a chance to visit our shop. And all for just $79.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Today I've been on Mark's Chips and Nuggets. It's been amazing. I've had a great day, I've got lots of nice things to take home, and it's not even over yet. And one thing that really impresses me is the value. I get a full set of gems, I get the wires. Mark's been really very, very helpful today. I don't have that much experience and I'm going away feeling very, very confident to have a go.
It's aquamarine time. Oh my goodness gracious me. This is scrumptious. It's vibrant, it's glowing, and I genuinely am talking about aquamarine. Normally you wouldn't use those sort of words for aquamarine, would you? Because usually more of a pastel gemstone. It's not usually got as much glow to it or as much vibrancy in its colour, but this is some of the top quality aquamarine. You may know this, you may not. What we have from our sister channel is a brilliant buying power, and do you know our buying offices in India are right next to the world's largest cutting house for aquamarine? Yeah, so we are able to get in contact with some of the world's finest aquamarine sourcers, as well as our sales being brilliant. Our buying team is outstanding. I don't know how they do it. Well, actually, no, I do. They offer a lot of cake, I think, when they buy things. You saw the amount of cake that was in the office today. That was left over from yesterday.
Well, I was quite disappointed that I wasn't in yesterday when I saw pictures of what was in the office yesterday.
It was redonkulous. So when you buy, and you buy with outstanding quality, you buy some of the finest, if not the finest you can get for your money, and you buy in bulk. And when you buy in bulk, you can make a saving. Regular viewers, you all know this. This aquamarine is breathtaking. Just a tiny section of this, and I'm just talking a few of these wrap loops that are wrapped in solid sterling silver. Straight away you have yourself a beautiful charm, a gorgeous drop pair of earrings. You don't need to use a lot to have a beautiful section of aquamarine and sterling silver incorporated into your piece. Now you could quite simply have yourself just one section, or you could have a whole entire necklace. So whether you wanted to make one big elaborate piece, or whether you wanted to use it individually and have lots and lots and lots of sections. What's great about this in particular is the quality of the colour of the aquamarine. Normally we always talk about the wrapping and the looks and the sterling silver. You'll know that by now as a regular viewer. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. The amount that you have here in quality of colour is what's so outstanding to me. Yes, we've seen aquamarine and we think about the wrapping of the looks, and we've seen the sterling silver lengths of chain before. We know that you're getting a great saving on the length of sterling silver chain because you're not having to cut every single piece of wrapped looped silver, and you're not losing any silver there. It's all already been done for you. Any of the waste, I hate to say it when it comes to sterling silver, but anything that's been sort of cut off, you don't need to calculate in your silver buying. You've already got yourself that finished loop. Saves you a lot of time in the design process and the working process, but it also gives you a handmade wrap loop, so you can still charge for what your working would be. The aquamarine quality is gorgeous. You have got some of the finest quality of blues, and you can buy elsewhere aquamarine, of course you can. But what my love for this company and my love for genuine gemstones is all about the quality. You can buy gems anywhere in the world. Buying gemstones, depending on what they are, aquamarine you can probably buy in most jewellers in the world. But can you buy this quality, and can you buy it at the price we can offer it to you? That's what you need to think to yourself. If you want to use the 30-day money-back guarantee, I think that's very, very wise. Having a look and see what you can get elsewhere, knowing in the back of your mind, I've got 30 days to think about this and to see if I'm happy about this. 30 days to see if this is even what I want, if this is even quality I thought it was going to be, or is it even better than I thought. We like to under-promise and over-deliver. And that's something that I think is amazing about this company. We bring you wonderful, wonderful treats. You obviously know what's going to be right for you. You might be looking at this thinking, Ali, I love that, but I'm not into aquamarine. I'm more into, I don't know, tiger's eye. We've had a selection for you. I don't believe we've done it in tiger's eye though, which would be quite lovely. We have for you different varieties of gemstones. Aquamarine, if you had sort of podiums, aquamarine would be on one of the higher podiums, wouldn't it? Because it's one that's world-renowned, one that quite a few actually ladies I know have got engaged, and their family, their parents and their mothers have got engaged with aquamarine. It's a very, very special gem to many, many people, as opposed to just March's birthstone. You've got a great colour, you've got faceted in between, but you've got a glow about them, and that's what makes these so special. You've got an internal glow in every single one of them, showing off the quality, showing off the clarity, showing off the natural beauty of this genuine gem. Rosaline, you're in as well, Debbie's in, Susan's in, got Lanarkshire, Jersey, New Jersey, you've got two Devons there, Buckinghamshire, West Midlands, lots and lots of you showing an interest, and great to see you already getting yours. For a 50cm length of sterling silver, just £27.95. in some of the finest aquamarines that we've got to offer for you. The colour is there, the uniformity is there, the clarity is there. It's everything you would look for in a gem, or everything I would look for in an aquamarine anyway. What do you look for in aquamarines? What do you like about them, Laura?
I think it's that colour, like you say. I really think it's that colour. And again, when I first started making jewellery, I used to buy off of a lot of auction sites, because obviously, you know, places like JewelleryMaker weren't around then.
Yeah.
And I do think, having seen some high-end aquamarine, that some of what I bought as aquamarine isn't aquamarine, because of the colourway, because of that clarity, because of that lovely soft blue. And I think you can recognise now, because that is, to me, true aquamarine.
Yeah.
I look at some of the stuff and I think, I question whether what I had got, very cheap, obviously, well, not very cheap, but still at a price. But it can definitely tell that. I don't think that I can tell. I could look at that instantly and go, that's aquamarine. You can see that, and I think anybody would see that as well.
As a pastel gemstone, it can be difficult to get a great strength of colour in it, but as a beryl, it can be achieved. And the reason I've clustered it together is so you can see that uniformity of colour when they're together is making it a little bit easier to enjoy. Because with a soft, cool metal like a sterling silver, you're going to get yourself hard to show gemstone. When you put something with gold, it's warm. When you put it with silver, it cools it. So it's got to be a great standalone gemstone on its own. It would look even bluer if you put it with gold. So the fact that it looks that strong in silver means it's a great quality. That's how I go by it. Right, I'm jumping into rubies, emeralds, and got to be speedy on this one. I've only got a limited amount of chances of, a year that I get to bring you rubies, sapphires and emeralds, and you want me to be swift? Whew, 28 available. These are stunning. Love that. You're getting sunset sapphire hues in there as well. Can you see that sort of golden oranges in there? Hints of peaches, almost like a paparazzi hue in a sapphire. Goodness me, imagine we had that. I remember when our sister channel had paparazzi sapphire, or padparadasha, however you wish to pronounce it. I was explaining it to one of my friends the other day. It's a beautiful colour. The peaches, the oranges, the pinks, the strawberries, the reds, and golden yellows all coming through there. Emeralds, look at the colour of those. Wish I'm looking at different ones to you. Although you're looking at the same section, but my thumb's in a different one. Lovely midnight blues, looking at that lustre. Pink sapphires in there, graduating into rubies as well. Clarity within those rubies too. I love that you've got that section completely mirrored from the soft sapphires into the darker sapphires, into the bright, vibrant yellows of your sapphire, and then into your golden oranges, hints of your paparazzi hues, your sunset sapphire hues, then into your emeralds, graduating from lighter into darker and richer, and then those really sizable blues in the middle, and then finishing off with your red corundum, which is your rubies. Should be, is that all $34.95? Now 15 carats of both the rubies, sapphires and fancy sapphires as well as emeralds. We're dropping it lower to a previous low, 2x1mm to 3x1mm, up to 18 centimetres, or sorry, you're going to get 18 centimetres down to £27.95 today. Limited or limited. You saw how small the quantity was a second ago. Really limited on these. You do not want to be missing out. Great opportunities. It's a really special treat. Do you fancy interspersing these between pearls? How amazing would that be? As if we had some brand new pearls. Could it be true? You are kidding me. I need these. I absolutely need these. Oh my gosh. $27.95 for sapphires, rubies, emeralds, and fancy sapphires. What a treat. Well done to you. I can't believe these have just arrived. I haven't even seen them yet. Oh, I need these. Oh, there are 300 in stock. I need 3 of them. I do, because I've got the larger ones and I want to put them together and I want to make my... Oh... How come every time? Oh, I thought it was large enough to fit over my head there. It's not. You have the biggest treat here. The size of them. Now, they are not 6x4. Come, they look almost perfectly round. That's not right. I think they've been brought in that quickly that we might have got the description and the size wrong. These look virtually round. You have a huge quality in each and every single one of them. Look at the orient, look at how smooth they are. Can you find any pitting in any of them? Can you find what? I can't find any flaws in them. They look completely flawless, and we are zooming in on those as well. Oh my goodness gracious me, I've not seen anything. I have been waiting months to get something like this. Literally in the summertime I managed to get some champagne pearls. Apricot peachy champagne pearls. Did you see? There were larger ones. I fell in love with them and I got them instantly and I could not believe my luck. These, I need to go with them. I need them to decorate it. I need to put them in between. I can't believe I'm going to use pearls as spacers in between pearls, but I can. Or I could if I got these, but I can't get these because I'm not allowed to join in. This is great for you, rubbish for me.
Welcome to our world. Welcome to our world. This is every time we're sat on a show, use everything. We're like, we want that.
I want it.
It's so frustrating.
I need these, but I need them. I need them. They literally arrived today. Well, we were on the show. What did you say? They arrived an hour ago. Literally just arrived an hour ago into the building. This is, oh, we need these. Imagine with one of those for leaf charms or the sort of feather charms we had just on a stretchy bracelet with one of those incorporated. Oh my goodness gracious me. Wendy's and Gina's got 5 of them. Gina's got 5. I want 3, but I want as many as I can get. I want 3. But you've got 5. Debbie's got 2, and you callers have got 2. Your new bidders have got them before I do. This is amazing. I'm so pleased for you. And Oren Martin's there with his Pennsylvanias, with his everybody's getting involved. Really happy for you. Really not happy for me. My legs are swinging under the chair. That means I'm excited. Can tell. There's the chair wiggling. Oh, that was a foot stand. Who needs that anyway? My feet aren't long enough to reach it. Come on, Kimbo! When do we ever get there? Kim is having an absolute joker of a producing day. Kimbo! I can imagine Kim being taken into the maybe even the boardroom after this. Could you imagine? Oh my, how are you going to explain that one? Oh yeah, the pearls that I've been waiting for by pretty much everyone on JewelleryMaker since this summer. Kimbo is put on screen for £6.95, like they're easy to get. How many do we have? 300! Oh my goodness gracious me. Barbara's in, and Norma's got 3, and Penny's got 3, and Patricia's in Bristol, and Adele's in Wiltshire, and Gina's got 2. Everybody's in. Deborah's in Pennsylvania. Even Deborah's in all the way in Pennsylvania got it. Nina's in Kent. Sue's in Lanarkshire. And I'm right here, and I still don't have any. Is Deborah in Pennsylvania got 2? She's in again. Oh my goodness me. I feel like I'm at the horse races. This is crazy. On the website, do not delay on this one. If you delay, you're going to miss out. Can I try them on, please? If I can't own them, I can at least try them on. Oh, you get a really long strand as well. Oh, this is scrumptious. They're perfect. Oh, I need them. We need them. I've no one at home I can even signal to. I'd be like, for me, please. I wouldn't do a secret signal. No, like Mark, no secret signal, but please.
There's no secret signal, is there? Just be honest. Get them. Please, someone get them for Ali.
Oh my gosh, you need to get them for yourself. Months I've been waiting, and I've been checking the stock all the time. I'm going to be honest, I've been checking the stock while I've been at home. Don't think I'm allowed to do that. Somehow I managed to get myself a little access code. Something to do with baking cakes, I think. Oh, Davina's in, out in Alicante. Bristol's in, West Glamorgan's in. It's so busy today. If you're just starting an order, this is a brilliant treat. If you've already got an order open, add it to your order to get yourself apricot pearls. Months. What was it? June since I wanted these?
Nearly a year. 9 months.
9 months?
No, 10 months.
10 months? Oh, 10 months. What do you mean 5 people messaged in and said they got me a strand? Are you joking? Is April Fool's was over?
April Fool was yesterday.
Don't fib. I'm so happy for you. Oh, I just want to wear them. I'm going to wear them. Which one? 5 o'clock. I don't have a 5 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Oh, these are the fancy ones. I've only got 12. I have to go really fast. Now, these have all got the individual length. What are you laughing at? I like them. So, should I open one so you can see? Let me show you. Because you've got individual pots. These are, I'll turn these up so you can see. I'll try and not get them to roll away. Oh, you've got loads of gorgeous charms. Toggles in there as well. Some of the smaller ones you might not see. There's jump rings in there, S-clasps as well. But oh, look at the moonstone go. Labradorite, look at it going. Whoa, loads of treats in here, but let me show you this. These are ideas. Why did I pick the white one against a white table? What was I thinking? I just saw the shimmer in the moonstone. It looked gorgeous. You've got a wrap loop on either side. Now you get 25 of each of these, 4mm or 3mm. They're variety depending on what gem you've got. All of them, aside from the peridot, the smoky quartz, and the white moonstone, which has got here, are 4mm. These 3 are 3mm. 25 in each. And you're looking at lapis lazuli, green aventurine to match perfectly with your design inspiration. You've then got black onyx. Get black onyx. You gotta get black onyx. Peridot's in there. Hunana. Peridot. Hunana. Smoky quartz in there. White moonstone. Labradorite. It's alright, time to have a party. Carnelian's in there, clear quartz, and amethyst. 25 of each. How many gemstones is that? 338 pieces in total. You've got chain in here, you've got connectors in here, you've got jump rings in here. In fact, I'll just read down what you've got. There's a huge, I love that. That's like a picture. I want that in my living room. Square beads. I've got square frames. I've got spiral toggle clasps. I've got twisted toggle clasps, eagle charms, flower charms, S hooks, shepherd hooks. It's all going on. Square beads. Oh yeah, silver plated copper wire. Boom, get in. Oval link chain 4x3mm. It's all there. Look at that. Lovely brushed finish. Oh, I need to show you the eagles because they're gorgeous. Where are they? Where are the eagles? There they are. Double connectors, $49.95 for these. Oh yeah. But I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other prices can't deny. When Kim comes in with a price crash button, she drops that price real low, she goes low. Yay! $29.95. What did I have for breakfast? An apple. Well, I got the rest when I got in. I had pineapple, I had grapes, I had cherries. I had lots of fruit today, probably a bit too much fruit. Pasta and chicken for my lunch. Oh, I would have fancied a croissant and have one of those. Just trying to behave. I had raspberry jelly for my lunch with raspberries in it.
Clues in the title.
No, but like big raspberries as opposed to just the flavour.
I know what you mean, yeah.
No, right, Laura Binding. $29.95, check it out. Check it out. Oh, here's some ideas of what you could do with them. Oh yeah, there's only a limited amount of these left, just so you know. I should have told you that earlier, but I was a bit too excited singing my songs. There's, oh, look at those with the wrap loops and the moonstone. Oh yes, and the eagles. Love, love, love those. There's everything you get. I hope you managed to get it. 25 in each one. Superb. Right. In which hour? Oh, found it. Didn't have to say that twice. Live and right. Time to have a party. You like these nuggets earlier? They're similar to what you have in your challenge, but they're dribbled a separate way, the opposite way.
Yeah. No, I like those because I think they're quite unisex. Because even though they're faceted, they're quite, you probably know the proper word for it, but like they're quite large faceting, aren't they? So they're not really sparkly. They catch the light more than sparkle. That makes sense.
Definitely. No, yeah, it really shows off the sort of inclusions that you have that gives you that shiller. It's more of a sort of big, I like to call it like a big blanket of luster as opposed to sort of individual dainty facets. Sometimes well, it's not an actual laser facet, but it's giving you more the idea of a sort of large sliced facet. Well, look at that. Can you see that? All of them. This one blue. This one below is blue. They're all working fabulously for you here. Oh, hello. Look at the greens coming through. Sheila. Love it. Oh, rainbow shiller in there. Shillers and inclusions within the gemstone, when the light catches them, gives you this magical iridescence on the surface. Hello. Or shiller on the surface, not iridescence. And it is when the light catches it. It's quite difficult in what's the word? Artificial light. That's the one. To see what you could see in natural daylight, but that's why you get 30 days with it. This is our #1 selling gemstone for the past, 3 years? 2011, 2012, 2013. Oh no, we didn't calculate it in 2011. We started in 2012. 13 and 14. Loving them or loving them. Check them out when you can for 400 carats. What do you think price point wise? Oh, come on now. Maybe if it was 200 carats, not 400 carats. Who launched it for lower? Please don't say it was me. Was it me? Oh no! What was I thinking? Ah! Producer Danny. That's why they separated us. That's why I got moved on to the mid-shift. Too much trouble. Yep. Phil and I were allowed to work together for 2 days, and then that was too much trouble, so now Kimbo and I are working together for four or 5 days. I'm uncontrollable, apparently. Nobody said that, but I'm getting that from the amount of times my producers have been moved. We get a little bit too excited when we get too naughty, don't we? So they have to split us up now and again just to remind us we're going too low. Oh, can you hand? Oh, sorry. I think sold. What do you think? Love, love, love it. Don't have to do anything, just thread it on. What do you think? Fire opal, Mexican fire opal, Mexico. This, the colour that you're getting, everything you look for. The richness, the strength of colour, the depth, that graduating of the colour. Straight away, a necklace. Do you need to do anything to it? No. Imagine. With apricot pearls, could you? Fire opal and apricot pearls. That be a combination you fancied? Something different? Or, oh, look at it. The smoky, you need to get these. We don't have a big quantity. These are very, very limited in their quantities. They are delicious. Whether you fancy the citrine from earlier, sort of, oh, that's the citrine there, so that's it without. These are graduated for you already. If you add in these are opals, genuine opals from Mexico. They're phenomenal, totally natural. I know it doesn't look natural, does it? That colour looked like you would have to heat it or dye it or treat it to get that. The nuggets of citrine from earlier were only $6.95. They would look tremendous together. If you wanted to put the sections of smoky quartz with that, this smoky quartz chain is brilliant. What do you think? With the smoky quartz, or would you just keep it on its own? Maybe one of the cabochons from earlier? One of the many?
How many have you got?
What about that red one?
Yeah, that would look, and that would just be a lovely chain. You wouldn't need to, you could do like a multi-layered, ooh. So just like you could make that into a connector and actually put sort of like 3 connectors to the side of that cabochon.
Oh yeah.
And have layers of the chips go on either side. Does that make sense?
It does, and it sounds positively
that would be really cool,
dreamy. Got a text message in from Sarah. I have these. They are alive with colour. Oh, Sarah, I can't agree with you more. How vibrant are these? You can't even see them really on the telly. It's such a shame. They're glowing there on the recording. You can see a little bit of light getting to them. In the studio, goodness gracious me, this artificial light's a pain sometimes, isn't it? More messages. Oh, a request. We got time for requests. Oh, it's Sonia from the web. Fire opal and the golden shell, please. There's no S at the end of the please, was it? Just please. Sure. For sure. Oh. Why, hello. Wow. What a great idea. Now that is amazing. Love, love, love that idea. Dare I add in again the citrine as well to really go to town? Wow. What do you think?
Wow, that's just pure luxury, isn't it?
Do you think?
It's stunning.
Citrine, we will recap, as well as the shell pearl. We'll recap if there are any available. Yeah, well, we will recap them within the next 15-20 minutes. Price point wise on 82 centimetres. Oh, come on! How is that 11? No, no. No, that is not right. Totally natural Mexican opals. Do you know how much you charge for your in-flight meal to get to Mexico?
I would just be thinking of Tree of Lives and things like that, you know, and you know, a nice
dream catchers,
like a nice cluster ring, just with, you know, a cluster of those gemstones, and you could mix it up. But what I love about that is it's color graded for you already.
Yep.
Because if you're anything like me, renowned for not really having much patience, I haven't got the patience to pick through those colour tones, but they're there in little sections, so I can just go straight to the section of colour that I want. If I want that lighter tone, I've got it there. If I want that darker tone, you know, and you can choose.
And I'm just thinking, when you mentioned that about colour graduating, of course you will know Mark Smith was on with us yesterday. I mean, this is his dream. Well, actually, it's probably his nightmare, because he doesn't get to colour graduate. He'd probably rather graduate himself. But,
it's my dream.
yeah, but what Mark was saying was his #1 seller last year were the memory wire nugget bracelets.
Yeah.
And just to put strand on this, it's already graduated for you. Make yourself some memory wire bracelets. Might want a couple of these. $11.95. Wow, and the fact that its name is Kiss Fire. I just need to keep this on. 3 o'clock, did you say? Oh, amethyst stars! Oh, I've only got 9. How beautiful would they look with the fire opal? Oh, these remind me of a particular star chocolate that you can have that's something to do with the Milky Way. Love these cute little stars. Oh, I love these. Do, 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 do. Make me think of like a kiddies TV show where they have like stars in pajamas. I don't know if they have stars in pajamas. They are ever so difficult to fasten into stars. Goodness gracious me, you need to give it a double pavilion. What is that all about, you ask, when it's at home? A pavilion. Do you know what a pavilion is on a gemstone? Have you ever heard of the word pavilion? Have we got a massive book of the lure in the gallery by any chance? What do you mean Claire's taken it? Oh, Matt seems to think he knows where it is. It was possibly tidied away. It was. Can you see if there's the word pavilion in there? Because what we tend to do is try and break down gem industry terms, and if there is, I could show you a picture, because I'm imagining they'll have a picture to show for pavilion, but there may not be. That may be asking me asking far too much. But you need a double pavilion on it, so it's really, really difficult to perform. Yes! You're a superstar, Matt. This is a pavilion. Oh, that's a heavy book. Jeez, oh. You have pavilion and a gemstone. So the side of the gemstone. You see here? That's the pavilion there. Now, for a double pavilion, you have to it has to be a really big stone in the first place. So you do one pavilion, then you would have to come in and do another pavilion. So you'd have to do that, but do another step and come in again and do it again. You need to be able to have a huge stone to be able to do that, and that's the only way you can get a star facet. There's only 9 of them. They're flying out the door. There's 45 carats, genuine amethyst. A double pavilion star gem is one of the most difficult gemstones to perform. The cut was invented, or this particular style of the double pavilion was first seen with Matt Bennett, Steve Bennett's son, who invented it, and they called it the Atieno cut, which means born at night, was because when they were in India they were trying to make up a new cut and they couldn't think of how to make this star work, and they'd been trying to do it loads and loads and loads of different times in the workshops, and they were about to give up, and one night they all went out, they had a little bit of an alcoholic beverage, they were all sitting up looking at the stars and thought, why don't you just have 2 pavilions and then you can make the shape? And that's what they did. So the idea was born at night, so they called it the Atieno collection. So £29.99, if you got those, well done to you, because that took a long, long time to dream up that facet. Right, say again. Amethysts, hello there. Oh, these are lovely big drops. These would look great off the fire opal. What do you think? Can you even see them against my top? Is it quite dark? I'll have a wee look. I think they would look great with the fire opal. I'll have a look at them on their own, forgive me. Oh, wow! These are huge drops, aren't they? Totally individual. Oh, I need to get one of these for my friend. Oh no! She's been trying to make a particular necklace that costs about $200 on the website, and it's just some sort of beads, as in gems and wooden beads alternating, and you have to have a particular amount, and then a drop or a tassel at the bottom. The tassels that we have on the end of these strands were at the bottom of this necklace, $200.
Yeah.
Could not believe it. These, what you have here, she was looking for something like this, a drop, an amethyst drop, a totally natural one with its own individual markings. These would have been perfect. Haven't seen anything like them for ages. I've been searching the website trying to get them. Oh, wowza. Wow, wow, wow. Look at the fasting on those. Elongated, lovely. 145 carats for the entire strand. 25 by 9mm to 37 by 9mm. What do you think? Should we get a cheeky price on for these? We're $17.95, but you've got, what, 6 of them roughly on here? Kimbo, you need to slow down in these price slashes. We're not going to get through the day. She's going home. I'm going home. Good job, I'm going to Scotland tonight. If not, I should be. £12.95. Shockeroony. Wow. What a sight. Can you see that on its own? How sizable is that? 37 by 9mm approximately. Woo! Wowza. Lots and lots to fit in. I'm going to move to some carved roses for you. Oh yeah. Hand cut. Oh, we had these in the smoky quartz with a brilliant Rachel Norris on Saturday with her design, so you might want to incorporate these. That bundle did fly out, didn't it? It was really, really popular. Just watching Fleur give all her workshop cuddles and wiggling at the same time. They're doing wiggling cuddles. They've just stopped. We saw you. We were watching. They're not listening.
No.
Fleur's talking. Wonder what she's talking about.
He's going to love you for that.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world. I think that's what she was doing. Right, hand carved individual roses. Oh, they're delicious, aren't they? What's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 32 approximately. Individually hand carved. Now bear in mind you need to learn or take 3 years to train to become a lapidurist just to be able to polish something. That's not cutting it or faceting it or giving it a carving. Hand carving is the hardest section for a lapidurist to be able to perform, or the highest standard, should I say, not section. Imagine you just slip or you lose your concentration. That rose isn't a rose anymore, and that's a wasted quartz. Could you imagine that?
That's just...
£15 for 32 stones approximately, but there was a previous low, and I'm feeling like going there. What do you think? Should we go there?
Do it.
Should we do it?
Do it.
Let's do it. This is how we do it. I know it's not Friday night. £11.95. Quick as you can though, there are 32 on there. Even if you just had those at 50p each, you'd make a profit, wouldn't you? If you sold them at 50 pennies each.
I love them. I absolutely love them, yeah. I would have them as earrings. I would have them as a focal set inside a wire wrap pendant. Would have a ring. I just love them. A bit of chainmail, because Fleur's doing chainmail in there, so Byzantine bracelet with just one of those as a link would look really nice.
Oh, gorgeous. I'm just looking at your earrings as well. Just one of these as a drop.
Yeah, just one of those as a drop, yeah.
Get them before they go. They are going to be fabulous. And if you got Rachel Norris's design on Saturday, they had the smoky quartz version of them. I think they're pretty much the same, if not the exact same size. Make sure you get them. Is it shepherd hook time? Let's get it on. Have we got enough here, do you think? A whole bag. 50 pairs. Oh, hello. So, oh, it's a bit bent. Forgive me. So, 17 by 8mm, 50 pairs approximately, gold plated on top of your copper. Price point, what do you think? Shepherd hooks. Easy enough to attach anything to? Yeah, I think so. What do you think? Do you need some shepherd hooks in your life? Don't think we can go wrong with some cheeky shepherd hooks, do you? Gold plating. Quite a sizable loop in there as well. Loop, there it is. Maybe you're just sort of starting to make jewellery, you're brand new at it and you want to get yourself, well, a little bit of a helping hand if you don't know how to make your own shepherd hooks. Something like these are perfect. And of course, I actually prefer to have them already made.
I think even if you do make your own, I mean, sometimes it's just handy to have them ready-made. It really is, especially if you sell on, you know, if you sell on a market, craft stores or anything like that. It's essential, really, because it's quick and it's easy, and it keeps the cost down for you, which enables you to sort of pass that on to your customers. And again, it gives you that scope to have that, create your own kind of thing. You could say, well, choose a gemstone, have a selection of gemstones in some trays, choose a gemstone, choose a colour hook, and I'll make it up at a set price, you know. So things like that, it's just essential. And
also for changing from studs to people who want drops.
Yeah.
So there, you can do them quite easily.
Yeah, definitely.
Call me when you can. Lots and lots of treats coming your way. Imagine these with the dreamy apricot pearls from earlier. Just one of those, or a couple of those wire wrapped at the top, dropped in. Oh, featherweight head pins maybe in a gold colour.
Yeah.
A little cluster of them, delicious. £9.95 for 50 pairs. What do you mean they're not though? Kimbo! She's going to say happening in a minute. It's happening. Happening. Apparently there's nothing I can do about it. It's happening. It's happened. You almost sound Scottish when you say that, Kimbo. It's happening. What do you mean, oh gosh? That's not a bad thing. Are you? She'll take Scottish, apparently. 0800 644 655. What was that? The only thing you can say in Scottish is roundabout. Wow. I love that you say Scottish as if it's like a foreign language. Only thing I can say in Scottish. You can probably say everything, you just need to tweak your accent. You'll be fine. Matt, can you do a Scottish accent? Not really. No. More Irish. Ooh, I love a good Irish accent. Not very good at putting it on, but I do love it. Right. Check them out soon as you can. Oh, amethyst rounds, come on you. Oh. Super duper quick. 8mm and then some recaps and then we'll get to go and see the challenge. Oh, you've got some citrine hues in here. Could this be a little hint of Bolivianite in there? Oh, yes it is. I'm loving it. Do, 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 do. I love the size of these. Really scrumptious. That's my word of the day today, I think. Scrumptious. 8mm. I love that they're not too dark. Sometimes amethyst, don't get me wrong, I love a deep, rich, velvety purple amethyst, but I really like the lavenders as well and the pastel shades.
No, I like the, I mean, that's almost a ametrine, isn't it? Ametrine, however
that's the one. Yep.
Because I can see hues of the yellow coming through, or like, you know, that citrine. I love that sort of more muted amethyst. I think it's, you know, goes with so much.
Do you think it would go, I personally want to put it with that rose quartz faceted drop from earlier.
Definitely. It's definitely going to go with anything like that, isn't it?
That for me is amazing.
And it's elegant, isn't it? It makes you just think of elegant, of, you feel really pretty in it, I think. You know, It's got that real sort of delicate.
And it goes lovely with browns and blacks. Oh, $6.95. Well, I read that wrong way round. Probably should have been the other way around, do you not think? Full strand for you, 8mm in size. They're all the same size. They don't graduate. They're all uniformed for you. They're all totally natural, so you're getting this great quality across them all. And very, very lustrous, aren't they? Very special. Amethyst, instantly recognisable for £6.95. Crazy. Brand new pearls, let me bring these to you. Quick recap for them. I need these. I need them. Need them or need them. 6 by 4mm. Are you in love? The colour, the quality, amazing. Someone come in with some aftershave freshly sprayed there. Oh, could that be producer Danny? 6.4mm, love, love. Did I mention I love these? I don't know if you know if I love these, but I love these. Oh. They are just, 10 months to be working out. I've been waiting for these, and I can't get them. 10 months. This is ridiculous. And then Kim puts them in at a price point where they were all sell out instantly. Oh, well done if you managed to get these. I'm so pleased for you. So, so pleased. These are just delightful. I'm not jealous. I'm just envious. Oh, I'm really pleased for you. I'm so chuffed for you. I really, really am. If you've just managed to tune in and get these and not even have to wait, then it's great. But if, like me and Laura and I, you've been waiting for months and then you miss out, well, I'm just, oh, look at it with the sunstone. Perfect or perfect? Yeah? Loving it? You loving it, Matt? Can't believe this is my last day with Matt on this shift. Matt's moving to the morning shift. Yeah, he doesn't look disappointed at all, does he? See ya! He's off. I can't believe you just got them. My legs are still swinging under the table. Shell Pearl, hello there. Now, you did see this with the fire opal, but I'll show it to you again. Where did I put the fire opal? Oh, I'm wearing it. Oh no, I could have got away with that. I could have gone home with those on. Oh, Hong Kong Phooey. Love that. Was it a cartoon? I have no idea. Was it? Oh, I didn't even know. I'm just mixing it up with the citrine and the fire opal. Golden shell pearl. You get 3 strands, you get the 6mm, you get yourself the 8mm, and you get the 10mm. I'm getting them back on. Nobody warns security guards. It's fine. They don't beep because there's no metal in it. Yes. Oh, I love the graduation. I love it against the blacks. Forgive me, I think, was it Tink that messaged in earlier and said it reminded her of that advert, the perfume advert with all the gold?
Yes.
J'adore. Don't know if that's what it was, but that's what came to mind. Yes, it is, with the big gold neck of the bottle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Other bottles are available with gold necks, like Hermes and Paco Rabanne Million. All in the same league, of course. The graduation of sizes that you've got makes it so easy to work with, Laura, doesn't it?
It really
6,
does.
8 and a 10.
It is, and as I said, you get that opportunity to be able to make matching pieces, like a whole suite of jewellery, because you've got the different sizes. You can mix it up. You can make those elegant matching drops. It's just lovely, really lovely.
Easy peasy for $7.95. These are brand new today. As is the aquamarine, as was the smoky quartz. Not the smoky quartz. That was new to me, but not new to the show. New was the aquamarine. New was the pearls. New was the citrine. What's going on? We're giving him new bundles of cabochons. We have 5. Was it 5 or 6 cabochon bundles, plus the aventurine bundle or kit, plus the solar quartz cabochons? I've never seen those before. It's almost as if we're bringing you all these brand new treats. Oh, love it. $7.95. Get it before it goes, because these will go without a shadow of a doubt. Talking of going, I don't want to go anywhere, but try not to fall off the chair. I want to go and join our Laura, because if you've just tuned in, you won't know that Laura Binding's been with us all day, and you have been having a little bit, oh, hello.
Yeah, just
a little bit of fun with some nuggets, haven't you?
Yeah, just doing something a bit different.
Want me to show you what Laura's been working with? These 2 strands, Laura already had at home. You got them with your mum.
I did, and shared them.
And you shared them, and it was quite a while ago actually that you got them.
Yeah.
400 carats in just the clear quartz. They graduate from 13 by 9 mil up to 20 by 12 mil. Then the fabulous 480 carats, so I'm pointing at the wrong one, lemon quartz. They are 16 by 10 millimeter. That was like ready, steady, cook there. Like, you know when they like put it on the plate and then you just like stepped away like, I'm done.
I'm done.
You had both of these strands to work with. I think you have a fair few left.
Yeah, I've got a fair few, and I went quite gem heavy.
Wait to see them. Oh my gosh, did you have fun?
I did. I mean, I didn't have as much time as I would have liked. That's just my own fault. So, you know, I think I just wanted to make, when I see these, I just want to lay them out, especially the clear quartz, and just think of bridal. So when I was looking for my wedding jewellery, I looked at this sterling silver, and it was just like little squares, and they were top drilled, and it went all the way around, and it was like a collar, and it was a lot of money, because it was solid sterling silver. And we ummed and ahed over it, and every time I see these stones laid out like this, it makes me think of that necklace. Every time, and every time I think, oh, I just want to recreate that. But I thought, well, I just want to do it with a bit of a more modern twist on it, so make it a little bit.
With the twist as well. Yeah. Your price is coming in to £16.95. That is a reduction on it. It should be, was it over 20 odd pounds? £29.90. Oh yeah, gosh, this was my fault, this one.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be £29.90 when you add the two together. I got it wrong, and I thought Kim said £20.90. So then when we went to £19.95, it looked like she'd only dropped it £1 when she'd actually dropped it 10. And then she had to drop it to £16.95 because I think you thought she only dropped it £1, but she dropped it from £29.95. Kim, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. Kim, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry, Kim. Sorry, that's all right. As long as you get it at £16.95, that'll make it all okay. Angels and fairies, and it's fine. Lorna, thank you so much for joining us today. We had fun. That's 2 design inspirations in the space of like 3 days?
I know.
2 days?
Like,
from none
3
to
days,
2?
4 days. I don't know.
I can't count.
In a week. We can't count.
Do you know when you're next back with us?
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday, what time?
Designer inspiration, and I've got a really stunning kit. Really stunning.
Oh, make sure you tune in for that. I've been Ali Defoy. Have a lovely Easter weekend. Don't go anywhere because Fiona's coming up, and I'll see you back on Monday between 1 and 5. Bye.
It was here almost 650